right.
Hell yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite show on the internet, Raw Law Unfiltered, with your favorite host, the DUI Guy Plus. And already we're starting out, and look at that, we got Steph, the Alter Nerd, in the screen on screen in the stream, and we have Flux, also
Hey.
the House of Flux. And look at that, we're also joined by Legally Live. What's going on, everybody?
Hey. Am I
I
live?
have all the most beautiful women of the internet, not including my girlfriend. My girlfriend didn't hear this. Close your ears, darling. In the stream. How are you all?
So good.
Yeah, good. How have you been?
Good. Very good. Very, very busy. I mean, if you could see the chaos of how we are just like running around, literally like we're running to like from work to stream, and we're just like gobbling down food to try and like get some meals in between work. It's crazy.
Yeah, you've been on a roll doing like a whole bunch of stuff. Like the 400 is well deserved and well earned, dude.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I
Thank
admire
you.
the grift, mate. Good for you, dude. I'm telling you, my goodness, your output at the moment on your YouTube channel is definitely commendable. It's worth every subscriber you've got. You've really worked hard to get here.
Thanks. What have you all been up to? Tell me what's the latest in your worlds. Anybody?
I just got done playing water balloon fight with my daughter.
Ooh, fun.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's about it.
It's rain. Oh, I was just gonna say it's raining and cold here, so it must be nice and warm where you are, because it was like literally hellacious storms all day.
It's like 80 something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous.
That's what I was gonna say. Where are you?
Austin, Texas.
That's why.
I miss Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is
really
wonderful.
hot, though. Yeah, it's like nice right now, but this is the only time of year that it's like soon it's going to be above 100 every single day.
That Austin's where it's really humid though, right?
Hey, Brandon. They say it's really humid here, but I'm originally from Houston, where it's a lot more humid, and so I feel like this is just like it. I've been here for like 20 years, and I still every summer I'm like, why do I live here? I have to live. It's so hot, so hot.
Oh, I love it.
Where are you?
I'm in Maryland, and it's terrible. It's so cold. Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as I came from like the Northeast, Rhode Island, and that was just horrific. I was in El Paso. I miss Texas. I would go back.
I've been in Texas one time. No. Yes. I think like actually physically visiting one time. It was like not far from the border with Mexico. Okay. I forget the city, and
El Paso probably.
Maybe
near Brownsville.
I'd have to look at a map. I don't remember, to be completely honest.
What were you doing there?
I was actually meeting up with a potential match back in the day.
Wow. What an odd place.
Well, I mean, I dated a girl from Canada. I dated a girl from Arizona for a brief period. Texas was a fluke. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have gone to the Texas one.
Texas, Canada was fine, but Texas should not have done.
Well, no, Canada. She was just different. You know, the girl. Her and I dated for like 4 or 5 months.
Oh wow.
During the Johnny Depp trial, actually, that's right before the Depp trial is when we met up. Before I even knew about the Depp trial, you know, people were like, back then I was in my own little DUI bubble. You know, I had my DUI content and my DUI clients and my DUI cases and my DUI law. I mean, that's all I did for years. I even did like First Amendment auditors. I reviewed their videos. I would do reaction videos. I would just sit there and I would have like 100 people, you know, my dedicated audience back then. This is 2021, the OGs, you know, and they would just like come in and watch me live and like to react to all these videos of people getting arrested. And I would comment like, that person did things right. That person was a complete moron. You know, don't do that, or do this instead, do that. and of course with the caveat it's not legal advice and all that stuff. But
Yeah, that was really good content, though. I really actually enjoyed that content quite a bit.
Really, you were around for that?
Well, yeah, but I wasn't like as into like watching YouTube as much then. But you were one of like the very few people that was like, I could watch your content and kind of like pick up some tips, for practice. So yeah, it was good stuff.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, no, that's what's up, Vices.
Not much, but I'm gonna have to mute myself and stop my camera because the second I touched my mic, the stand fell off the edge of the desk, so I have to reattach myself. I'll be right back.
Reattach yourself, Vices. We'll be here. What about you, Steph? When did you start in the YouTube game? You're almost at 100K, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't you like this close to the silver play button?
I'm so close now. About what? 2,140-ish away. It's
200. She's like, she knows the exact number to the person. Are you kidding? I would be doing the same thing.
Yeah. I'm like every minute pretty much checking at this point. But yeah, so in terms of my own channel, I started it nearly 3 years ago. It'll be the 3-year anniversary on 21st of April. So I'm hoping to get to 100K by then. So, it can be like a double celebration. But yeah, I suppose got into the YouTube game about 4 years ago. So a week before lockdown over in the UK, Andy Signor, who I struck up a friendship with, it was like, we're streaming. I think it's kind of a good time for you. It's about 6:30, like tea time for me here. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll jump on. Jumped on, met the guys, had fun. Next day, I was like, what do you think to the New Warriors comic book? I was like, it's a buttload of woke trash. He was like, perfect, let's do a video. And it kind of just snowballed from there. I didn't kind of like you in a way. It was by accident. I kind of fell into the YouTube game. It wasn't by design, and it just kind of happened and developed. And like you, I'm very lucky to be able to do this.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations, you too.
But it's not about me anyway. It's about this dude here. Sorry, DUI guy getting 400K. He literally before today's stream, right? He was like to us lasses. He was like, "Not about me. It's about you guys." I'm like, "Dude, no."
Well, I object. Everything is by default about me.
400K stream for you, okay?
As Zaphod Beeblebrock said in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, if there's anything more important than my ego on board this ship, I want it caught and shot now.
Oh man!
Congratulations, Larry.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Ask me how I got here. I can't give you an answer. How are you, Nick?
I'm still recovering from a cold, but I wouldn't miss this for the world. So, yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. See what I did there?
Nick, I flip-flopped.
Guess what finger?
I'll fully admit it. I was like, oh, I'll come, of course. And then I realized it was midnight when it was going to start. I was like, oh, I'm going to be asleep. And then I was like, nah, screw it. I'll come on. So, yeah.
Well, it's good you have the advantage of having an extra hour because of last week's time change for you. So could have been later. Could have been 1 a.m.
No, actually,
it would have been the other way. Never mind.
11.
I've been awake 11 minutes. Leave me alone.
But no, on that bombshell, I better get going because it is a bit of a flyby and it's past midnight and I need to go back to sleep. But I had to at least make an appearance and congratulate DUI guy on 400,000 subscribers. That's absolutely mega. Dude, it's going to be 2 minutes and you're going to be at 500,000. So I hope you do another subscriber celebration stream and do it at a better time so I can stay longer if you don't mind. But yeah,
it's so hard to accommodate everybody because we got Korea, we got Sweden, we got England in the house, and Australia is going to be joining us with Aussie Overlord. So thanks, Steph, for stopping by because I already got your message. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't make it, and you still made it. I mean, that's fucking dedication right there. So honestly, thank you.
Well, thanks for inviting me. So it's a bit of a flyby, but enjoy the rest of the stream and the celebrations, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Oh, Legal Prices. Looking forward to the next Epic Friday, by the way, mate.
19th.
Let's go. All right. See you guys soon.
Bye. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to her.
Yep. Oh,
Damn, when I started watching you at around the Depp v. Heard thing, you had under 200, didn't you?
Yeah, I started the Depp trial with 137, 135, something like that.
Yeah.
wow.
And now, so you gained more than 150.
Like a lawyer, just all by default stop when somebody starts numbers and then it goes really quiet.
The one.
Put one
I
in the
blocked
corner.
This is why we have secretaries and paralegals. Math assistant, come here.
Now 166 more. If I something was sort, almost 270,000 more subscribers in 2 years. That's an enormous achievement. Congratulations. I hope I catch up with you soon. I only have 395,000.
But if I can share one, and it's still, I'm in the YouTube game, I still consider myself a very, very small player, believe it or not. You know, 400K may seem like a lot if you don't have that, I suppose. But at the end of the day, I'll be completely honest, it humbles me every day because I see people with channels that are much more enormous than my own. And I realize that these numbers, you're only as good as your last subscriber. So it doesn't matter what your number is. You can have 200 subscribers with the potential to be at 200 million. You know, everybody starts somewhere. And that's the beauty of social media. You know, on YouTube is no different than X or Instagram or Facebook. Well, Facebook groups may be a little bit different because Facebook friends, you can only have up to 5,000 and they cap you at that. But YouTube is an endless potential. YouTube has the potential to, you know, you're only as good as your last subscriber, because the minute you let it get to your head, like, oh, I am an unstoppable force, or oh, nothing can bring me down. Now, who have we seen that with recently? There was somebody who was, I forget who it was, but I was paying attention. I was like, oh, no, they're bound for failure, because the minute you start to, the ego takes hold of the mind, you're doomed for failure. That's it. You're on that downslope. But never lose hope, because you never know what sort of content. Oh, Megan is joining us. Hey, Megan.
Hey, Max.
Hi.
Hey, Mom.
Did he just
Hello.
say he's a small YouTuber? Go fuck
Nope.
yourself, Larry. I have one thing to say to you. Oh my God. Stop it.
In comparison to like a lot of other YouTubers.
In comparison to what? Mr. Beast? Oh, shut up. Me and I'm like struggling down here at 42,000.
Oh, poor
is over
you.
here at
Only
2 grand.
40,000?
But yeah, I know. Well, I'm not saying poor me, but the rest of us down here are like, okay, Larry.
No, we're not fit to be Larry's footman.
Congratulations, Larry, but go fuck off,
you.
okay?
I love you too. I'll take it.
But they're like
Congrats.
Andrew, Legal Mindset, and I were in a bar a couple of months ago here in Seoul when he came to visit, and they were just talking about YouTube stuff while we have drinks, and some girl that we had pegged to be the queen bee of the bar, because she was just a weirdo. She comes up and goes, "Oh, are you guys on YouTube?" It's like, "Yeah." "Oh, me too." Like, "Oh yeah." But he's like, "Well, what about you guys?" He's like, "I just hit 100,000." I'm like, back then I'd hit like 65 or something. He's like, "And what about you?" So, "Oh, I have 7 million subscribers." All right, never mind.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she does one of these. I'm a British white girl married to a Korean guy TikTok YouTube channel. It's like, "Ew, look at us being culturally different." So it's a big hit over here. I guess I'd never heard of her until then. So that's the thing. I mean, you can have people you've never heard of sitting right next to you that have 7 million subscribers, and you know what? They're no more or less important than you are.
True.
They just hit the
seriousness, though. In all seriousness, though, Larry it's true. I mean, when you look at the YouTube, genre out there, and you look at the top YouTubers, I'm always shocked at how the New York Times wastes its time going after Tug, right? Or how they go after Tug, and they claim that he's making all this money on Amber Heard, and it's like, I'm sorry. Have you looked at the top 100 channels of YouTube? Because Tug's nowhere close, and neither would Larry be. And so that's what's kind of amazing about this platform in general is that you can have a channel with 400,000 subscribers and still not even be anywhere near the top 100 channels, you know? Some
Yep.
channels on YouTube have 200 million subscribers.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. When you start counting your monthly income in tens of millions of dollars, you're just in
Yeah.
a different league.
I just saw recently an article about Mr. Beast, how he has a flat next to his place of business. It's a no bedroom apartment, even though the bastard rakes in like $245,000 a day,
I saw that.
$250,000 a day. I was
Mhm.
like,
I would be happy for half of that.
a month,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
Wow.
No,
But
but
he worked
but
very
seri-
hard. I mean, he was a pioneer. What's that, Nick?
and I also read about Mr. Beast that his first year, because he's been on the YouTubes more or less since the beginning of YouTube,
Mhm.
he had less than 100 subscribers the first year.
Hmm.
So I'm ahead of
Wow.
Mr. Beast.
That's
That's a very
it can only go
positive
up
cup
from there.
half full
Right?
look at things. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, and I almost take credit for it. You got a beautiful girl living with you, Larry, and I almost take credit
Allegedly.
for it.
Go ahead.
Allegedly. Yeah, because you were a few months ago, done with this, and I said, stop it, and she might show up, and you stopped
Well-
it, and she
well,
showed up.
I happen to know exactly who the guy that's responsible for it is.
I clearly remember that night on Twitter. I was like, oh my God, Larry's having a meltdown. Someone stop
Yeah.
this from happening. And
Oh, trust me, nobody's rooting for a marriage more than me.
We have receipts. We know exactly how it went down. But anyway, please continue.
No, and I was surprised and amazed, and I take full credit for it. I don't know if it's deserved, but I don't care.
Jeff's in the
I dig
corner
it.
like,
No.
well,
No, it's funny. No, it's
Yeah,
the universe is a strange place.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Every day I am literally like reaffirmed of that. That it's when you give yourself. Oh God, I'm gonna sound like a religious nut right now. I swear
Gay?
to God. No, not gay. Maybe that too. Gay and religious. You know, late
Hashtag
gay
no
and
homo.
religious. No,
Hashtag Megan's homos.
Megan's
like-
hashtag my homos.
when you give yourself over to God, you know, that is where the magic happens. And it's true.
Like that.
That's the crazy part, is that when I finally, what Megan is referring to is Martin Luther King weekend this year, like January, I was like, fuck it. I was done. I was like,
We know.
forget everything. I'm not interested. Everything. It's, you know, I realized the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You know, we all heard that, but then I realized for a minute, I was like, wait a second, that's literally me. That's literally what I'm doing. And I was like, okay, so what can I do differently? How about delete all the apps, say fuck it, and see what happens. And a euphoric feeling overcame me. And that's what I wanted to share. I wanted to tell everybody. And that spawned a message that spawned the following post the next day of the bounty. I will offer monetary gain if you find her for me. 'Cause
I
I'm
couldn't
done.
believe I couldn't believe it. I was like, I
Yeah.
actually really appreciated that approach though, because I think people, they keep doing the same thing over and over, like you said, and it's not making anybody happy. And instead of like going out on that limb like you did, and you were like, hey, set me up. Here's what I want. Find it for me because I'm done looking. I do think that it takes some creativity, and look how quickly it happened. Like it
It's
happened
clear there's
like
no auto
that.
zones in his area.
That's
Yeah.
true. That could be a problem. Or
And
Home Depot.
Larry's monetization of this has nothing to do with me attempting to take credit for it.
Oh, I think it's
Everybody,
great,
the
though.
beautiful thing about it, Nick and Vices and Megan, everybody, you know, is that everybody participated in it. That's the thing. There is no
Yeah.
like, oh, I can take all the credit. It was the universe. And what does the universe consist of? Atoms. And what are we? We are those atoms, you know. I don't know. That's a little esoteric, I suppose.
There's got to be some Eves in there too, though. Oh, see what I did.
I remember saying to Larry on Twitter that night, like, Larry, you have yentas for this. Like, you're looking for
I've
a
tried.
good Jewish girl. Like, there's actual people to go to in your community. But you said you did. You tried that and it didn't work out, huh?
Multiple times. It's a very, very small community. Everybody knows everybody. And anyway, it all worked out. You know, she's getting ready to join us on stream. So
Yay.
she'll be popping in a minute.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, good times.
Congratulations, Flux, by the way. Again, now that I can see you and see your reaction.
Thank you.
2,000 subscribers. You are there, girl. You're getting it.
It took a minute for like December, January, and February. I literally had like 0 growth. And I was so mad. And so I'm happy that finally I got over that bump. What's up, Joe?
Hey,
What
Joe.
up?
Hey, Joe.
What's
I haven't seen you in
up?
forever.
Had to show my age there.
8 more and we have a minion.
Nice. I guess maybe we're 4 million, but yeah. How are you doing? 400K. Oh my God.
Yes.
Who knew there were that many stupid people? No, I'm just kidding. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks,
it's great
man.
to
I
see
really
you,
appreciate
brother.
it. Likewise, man. Thanks for inviting me the other day. That was really fun. And I liked, if I could say just real quick, most of you probably have no idea what we're talking about, but Joe was live. So I just read the opinion about, you know, Fanny not being disqualified, or she can like disqualify Wade and whatever. Anyway, I popped into Joe's stream. And I know less than nothing about this thing except what I just read. So people have a very, very strong opinion. And I'm like saying my piece, and everybody's like, DUI guy's idiot. Just get him off your channel, Joe. Like, boot this motherfucker.
They were killing him. I was standing there. I had the Captain America shield there, and I'm like, stop! No, he's a good person. I'm like, no, oh my God. But like, no, you came out, I think, relatively unscathed. There's no scars there or anything.
No, the beautiful thing was the minute I started calling out exactly because I'm reading the chat and they're like, DUI guy's stupid, DUI guy's ignorant, DUI guy doesn't know all the facts. And I said, yes, I am ignorant. Yes, I am stupid. Yes, I don't know all the facts. Get off my back. I'm giving you my piece. And they were just like, okay, DUI guy's real. All right, fuck it. You can stay for a minute. It's a really interesting dichotomy. The minute you like admit your fault, people kind of like change their tune.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, well, my audience is they no one's going to be watching me unless they want their brain challenged. Because that's what I tend to do. So I tend to cultivate an audience which is at least looking for for some sort of mental stimulation. So if they see someone if they smell weakness in one of my guests, they will be relentless and very aggressive, and I love them. I love them for it. And I tell my guests sometimes, you're not the first person to get abused on my chat. The last person was a very good friend of yours, but that was a very long time ago. I haven't heard from her since. And oh my God, she faced much worse abuse than you got. But yeah, so that's a joke. That's an inside joke between me and Larry there.
Yeah, we figured.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyhow. So yeah, but the point is that I always tell my guests, you don't need to read the chat. You don't need to read it, and I recommend that you don't if it's going to bother you. But you were doing great. You showed the fortitude to be like, look, you found their soft spot of their heart where you're like, look, okay, this is not something I'm following on a day-to-day basis the way that you all are and Joe is. So I'm just telling you as a lawyer looking at this first blush what I'm thinking here. And you're correct. They did respect that because they're not looking to just, punch people for no reason. They thought that you were coming to conclusions after spending a great deal of time. And they're like, how do you reach those conclusions? So anyway, but you did great. And it was awesome having you on there.
It was really fun. Yeah, for sure. You have a very intelligent audience, I've noticed. Like the literary folk.
Maybe that's why
flood to
Joe
your
doesn't
channel.
invite me anymore. Am
Yeah.
I too medium smart for you?
I'm sorry. If you don't want to talk about quantum physics or Greek interpretations of Shakespeare, why would I bother having you on?
Megan will talk about it nonstop, whether she knows what she's talking about or not. That's what she does.
All right.
If you're feeling
that's
too
fair.
productive, get Megan on. She'll take care of that.
That's fair.
So, speaking of Fannie Willis, she wrote the reply to in the Young Thug case of prosecutor Loves. They are trying to have her either disqualified or as a witness because she made a lot of statements as an unsworn witness. And what a heap of garbage that reply is. I'm probably going to talk about that tomorrow.
You've been following that case very closely, Nick. The the Young Thug. I remember when they got indicted. That was like 2022. Yeah, at the end of 22. One of my associates was like, "You may want to look into this," and I just never got the chance. How's that case been going along? It's like day 50 or 60 now.
Day 52, and now the judge, due to a motion from the defense, because they had at the beginning of the trial 771 witnesses. Then they scaled it down of the judge's orders to 400. In the first 3.5 months of this trial, they have called 40 witnesses. So the judge may then scale down again now to 209 witnesses, and they think they can be done with that in around 7 to 8 months.
Is this a case where the lawyers keep going to jail?
Everybody keeps going to jail.
That was pre-trial. That was last year.
I couldn't believe the like the couple of TikToks I saw from one of the lawyers. I was like, what am I watching?
2 potential jurors. One was threatened to send to jail because she accidentally videoed inside the courtroom, and another one had to write. No, that was one of the lawyers had to write a 10-page essay. Or
what is this? Grade school?
I will not. Yeah, I will not.
That's literally what he had to
lie
do.
under oath.
Yeah.
That's the thing they do in the military too for punishments. They'll make you write essays.
But wait, wasn't there an attorney who went to jail because she visited a witness in jail and I don't know, said some shit she wasn't supposed to say? Was that a different case?
That's a different case.
Oh my God. So there's lawyers going to jail in all kinds of cases.
So, and I started covering this last May when they said it will be up to a 6-month trial. And I thought, well, I have nothing else to do. And here I am. It won't end this year because 3.5 months, another 7 months for the state's case in chief alone.
No.
And then you have the defense case in chief, and then you have rebuttal. Yeah.
Wow.
If I knew that back in May of last year when I started covering it, I might not have.
Well, you've got a lot of free time there with with the 4-day farming season in Sweden. It's kind of like northern Utah. We've got like almost winter, still winter, and like the 3rd week of July.
I have spare time. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, be sure. Yeah, I only have work and the farm and the YouTube. Yeah, I have lots of spare time.
We're gonna have Nick on tomorrow, by the way, chat. Nick is gonna be joining us on this very, very heavy case. I mean, this is one of I didn't realize what I was getting myself into because Chandler was like, Larry, you do realize that there's like a photo of the young girl, like photographed her killer basically like right before it happened, and like my heart just sank, and I was like, what? It seems so terrifying, but I the trial starts next month, so I want to at least be like familiarize myself with it.
The Delphi case, I started covering that at the time of the infamous or famous Frank's memo from the defense, where the claim is that Odinists are involved. And that piqued my interest. And then I went down that rabbit hole, and the Odin Brotherhood they are talking about is what I would call diaper Nazis. They're full of slightly white supremacist group who, Vikings, those are cool. Yay, let's do a circle jerk. And it's but there have been cases, there has been cases in the United States the past 10 years with at least 2 or 3 murders connected to that Odinist Brotherhood. So
Wow.
So it's a rabbit hole, and it's slightly conspiratorial, but they back some of these things up. And then the investigation started off with they lost the first 70 days of evidence.
On the Delphi case?
Yeah. The first 70 days of interviews with persons of interest, witnesses, gone.
How do you lose that shit?
I wonder.
We can ask, because the prosecution is using the police chief who was responsible for overseeing that. He is the person who is collecting the discovery for the defense.
Okay.
Oh, but more on that tomorrow.
Yeah, can't wait, chat. You guys have to be here tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Holy crap. What else do we have coming up? Well, Karen Reed. Oh my God. Have you guys been following the Karen Reed stuff?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Tell me more, because I keep hearing Karen Reed, but I don't know anything about this case. So walk us through it.
That's another one of these things that's so bizarre. You cannot give a 10, 15-minute summary. It's a whole thing.
Well,
Cop killer cover up.
I was hoping for a 10 or 15 sentence, not 10 or 15 minutes.
No.
No, well, okay, I'll try. I'll try.
Cops allegedly kill another cop and bury the evidence, literally.
And
pin it on another
girlfriend.
woman.
And frame the girlfriend.
girlfriend. Exactly. And now, but this is where it gets hairier. Now, after the lead journalist on this, independent journalist by the name of Aidan Kearney, also known as Dr. Turtle Boy, investigates this case for months and basically brings a lot of attention to it, to the point where people really start getting curious, including myself, looking into it. Everybody is kind of like scratching their heads going, hold on, something doesn't add up. And long story short, the prosecution is now moving to exclude and create like a 500-foot buffer around the courthouse to exclude protesters who are just going to be wearing free Karen Reed shirts and holding up signs, justice for John O'Keefe. Wow. And the prosecution is trying to make a 500-foot buffer saying no protests allowed within 500 feet of the courthouse.
Because public outcry is so bad.
Number one. And number two,
bothers me.
Joe, and as well it should, because it's not just you. The protesters hired their own lawyer, Mark Randazzo, who filed basically an intervening motion, something I've not seen in years, if ever, being done in a criminal case, let alone. And the ACLU just filed a motion this morning, which we're going to be going over probably after this stream, because the hearing is tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. in Massachusetts. So in about 14 hours, the judge is going to listen to the arguments and then probably rule on it by April 12th, because the trial starts the 16th.
So the reason this bothers me is because I'm a very big believer that we have to protect and safeguard the rights of the accused and ensure they have a fair trial. So if there was a lynch mob outside which wants to see the accused punished, like, for example, we saw by the Derek Chauvin trial, or perhaps by Darrell Brooks. So if there's a lynch mob out there which is looking to see him put away, to me, I can understand the Sixth Amendment says you don't want jurors being impacted by that. They should be kept at a safe distance. But when the protesters are in favor of the defendant and they're saying, hey, look, this is an injustice that's happening here, there's no harm to the state. The state is supposed to do their best to prove, and it's not like those protections are far less necessary. And that's why it bothers me that we should impinge our First Amendment right to assembly and keep people, 2 football fields away from the actual events that are ongoing there. It seems, so long as they're acting peacefully, which that's always important and should never be assumed that they always will. But proper steps are being taken to ensure that they're acting peacefully, to impede their right to have their voices heard. It reeks of state tyranny in ways that are very frustrating. I'm actually working on a petition right now on a similar thing as we speak. That's when I'm sitting here looking over the side. I'm actually working on a petition related to Trump's gag that was placed in New York by Judge Marchand, which I think that it violates freedom of the press and freedom of speech. So, and it's a similar thing. I was actually trying to think about, like, I know the ACLU is not going to help me with Trump's gag, but there are other attorneys out there who are kicking in to try and help me out with that. But that's something I'm working on, literally as I'm sitting here eavesdropping on your conversation. So, anyway, that's my little rant. But
by the way, Jeremy, I sent you an email with the link if you wanna, if you and George wanna pop in. Aidan Kearney, by the way, the journalist that I just talked about, he's also invited. He should be popping in. He said around this time, so he should be here any minute, maybe. I just saw his message on X, but I agree with you, Joe, 100%. And that is like the epitome. This is how it happens, and we've seen it before. They start chipping away at our rights just a little bit. Don't worry, we're just taking this thing away, and we promise this is all we're going to take. And the people go, okay, all right, fine, you can have this. And then they go, okay, and then we're also going to take this, and then this. And before you know it, you look and like all your rights are gone. And we have how to prevent that from happening. You don't let them take that first step. You stop them in their tracks. And each time they try to take the first step, you step on their toes, and then they have to take a step back. Otherwise, step 2, step 3, step 4 will follow. And so that's why I'm a huge proponent of, I hope the judge does the right thing in this case, and that she's watching what the people think, not just us lawyers on YouTube, but now you have the people living in Norfolk, Massachusetts, voicing their opinions en masse. And people don't come out like that unless because they're a small segment of the community. If you have 30, 40, 50 people coming out to protest, that means that there are probably 1,000 people thinking that same thing to an extreme, and maybe, I don't know, 100,000 to a lesser extreme. It's just they're not taking the extra time to come out. So it's kind of like a pyramid, There he is. Speak of the devil.
What's up, Larry?
Hey.
How are you? Happy 400,000.
Thanks, brother. We're actually talking Karen Reed over here about the protesters and the motions that have been filed, so you couldn't have come at a more perfect time.
Yeah, the ACLU filed one today. They got in on it too. About time.
I got the copy, and we're going to cover it after this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting tomorrow, 9:00. I mean, if she doesn't have to let any of these lawyers speak. So if the ACLU sends a lawyer, and Mark Randazza is going down there, she can easily just say to them, "Nope, we're not letting you talk." So, but if she does that, how's that going to look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more than it already is.
Yeah. But what amazes me is the lack of support from the press in Aidan's case. With the other case I covered this fall with the small newspaper who was raided by the cops. For me, it's the exact same underlying thing. It is the state trying to silence reporting.
Right.
But in the newspaper, they have everything lined up. Now they have filed their second lawsuit. They will probably, nobody can guarantee a win, but I would be surprised if they didn't. The county fired that chief of police. I mean, why isn't the same outcry being done in this case?
Well, it's ever since they opened up the internet and taught people how to make their own web pages. Ever since those dark days of the internet, every one of us here is a threat to mainstream legacy media.
Yeah.
Threat to the
They're okay with it
narrative.
because it'll never happen to them because they don't challenge powerful institutions. They don't ask questions. They don't do the kind of things that I'm doing with my reporting. They're not. I mean, which blows me away because one of the things I'm in trouble for is that I go to the courthouse to these hearings and I see Jennifer McCabe there, and the first thing I want to know from Jennifer McCabe is why did you Google how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m. And I feel like every reporter that's there should be like, oh, let's ask her this question. This is a really important question to ask her, and I'm the only one asking it because it makes all the parties uncomfortable when you do that, and I don't mind making people uncomfortable, but a lot of people do, I guess. And they just don't do it. And maybe because they don't want to catch a witness intimidation charge like I did or go to jail for 60 days. But, it's mind boggling that they don't. Like, I see this person. I'm like, how can you not ask this person this question? She's here right now. How can you not ask her this?
Mm-hmm. I think it was around the first Gulf War when Bernard Shaw was reporting from under a desk in a hotel in Iraq, in Baghdad, when it shifted from reporters reporting the news to reporters becoming and making the news. We don't have investigative journalists anymore. Edward Murrow and back in the day, I mean, if Sam Donaldson was calling you, that was your worst possible nightmare. Now it's everything to support the reporters to make the news. It's sad
because everything became about ad revenue. Making sure that people just stay on and keep watching, because our advertisers need the numbers, and the more numbers we have. Hi, Kitty.
Oh,
Mr. Jingles is here. Yay! Look how happy he is. He's the most happy cat in the world. He will not he will never plot on how to kill me easiest.
You can tell by the lethargy. That's the determinative factor of how happy a cat is. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
About the ad revenue, I think.
Oh, ad revenue yes.
Media.
That's why legacy media, I think even Elon Musk tweeted something like yesterday, maybe the day before, about Bloomberg, how in 2022, like right around the Johnny Depp trial, they had like 12.5 million visitors a day, and today they're half of that. They're at 6 million a day. I mean, that is junk. I mean, that goes to show how legacy media is dying the death of 1,000 razors. People are looking to independent journalists, which are on the rise because nobody else is to be trusted. They don't trust them because they understand that they're all about the bottom line, the bottom dollar. Whereas we, the people, sure, we care about the bottom line and the bottom dollar, but we're not going to fabricate news because that hurts our credibility. I'm guilty of this, trying to do the whole, baby Una is a fake baby for Amber Heard. I learned the hard way. I went to bat and I was like, I found this one weirdo on the internet who perpetrated this theory, and I caught a lot of shit for it because I tried to ride this, Johnny Depp wave, whatever you want to call it. But I learned that you can't manufacture interest. You can't manufacture that high. It's either there or it's not. It's like the Estin euk estin is said in Latin. Either a thing is or it is not. Don't try to force it. It's like trying to force a joke. It's like trying to force a story that doesn't make sense. It's trying to force a joke that's not funny. You can't force a story that's not real, because then you will lose credibility and you will suffer. So luckily, I learned quickly and emphatically, and I moved on. But a lot of legacy media are still stuck in that loop of what is it called? Like a feedback loop of we're just going to keep trying and maybe eventually people will come back. But all they're doing is destroying themselves even further, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, baby Una's real.
I like that. That's all you got from that. No,
just like the Thompson twins.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're not, though. They were not.
I mean, they could be, though. They could be. Because we all know that is a possibility to get pregnant through your throat.
Oh, tonsil twins. I thought you said the Thompson twins.
We need Megan in here. Megan.
I was like, what the hell did the Thompson twins have to do with this? I was like,
I heard
seriously
tonsil.
going, what?
No, tonsil twins. Oh my god.
Like,
she's been
where are
covering
you
that
going?
case like regularly. Megan has. And I mean, oh my God. Apparently this woman is now accusing her, that same guy of R-ing her, the R word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
in
oh
the
my
depot.
God.
Well, her new lawyer is a piece
What
of
a
work.
crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh,
god.
that's a cloud chaser. That's a real
Okay.
cloud chaser. He's trying to get famous, and
Well, he may.
Tonsil.
but
See, that's what I thought she said. I'm not the only one.
I have a picture.
Into my wall. Yeah.
Uh,
Joe, hold me now.
yeah.
We're
By the
all-
way, MG Law, we have I sent you the link, I believe, so feel free to pop in whenever you're ready.
He's got his kids.
Mm.
I think.
See, everybody in chat heard Thompson twins. It's not just me.
Really?
I
I
definitely
guess I wasn't
said
paying
tonsil
attention.
twins.
I definitely heard tonsil twins. Maybe
See?
it's just I knew what you were talking about. So
You're just both too young to know who the Thompson twins are.
I
That's
have
all
no
it is.
idea.
I
Yeah.
know who the
Sorry.
Thompson twins
I
are.
have no
It took
clue.
everything in me not to sing the song.
Uh,
Oh, and I was wondering why y'all were singing a song. I was like, what am I missing here? What? Who are they?
they're an English pop band from the 80s.
80s.
Who were famous for Hold Me Now, and another song also. I don't remember, but yeah.
Life in one day.
Oh, that was a great song.
oh, please don't. I don't want
I
these
know.
songs stuck in my head. It was bad
Oh,
in
it's
the
too late.
80s.
Now it's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the night.
Totally.
Were they
Totally.
really twins?
Damn you! I haven't thought about those in 40 damn years, and
No one
now
knew.
I got it stuck in my head.
I'm not even sure if they were related.
Oh, really?
They might have been twins. I don't know.
Okay.
You got me there.
Mm.
Oh man.
So, Aiden, tell us, since I got you here, I don't want to, I'm sure you got things to do. I don't want to keep you here longer than you need to with a bunch of lawyers and shit. So what do you think, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Are you going to be there?
No, I'm not gonna. Because I can't go because this stalker. Shows up
Right.
here,
Yeah.
so I have to
Oh, that's
leave.
right. I forgot about that. Is she going to be there? Like, you think she's
You
going to be
never
there?
know. It's just I'm not giving her the
Too risky.
satisfaction of ejecting me, walking in with the order, and kicking me out.
Fair.
It's not going to give that satisfaction. So I'll stream it tomorrow. But
Fair
I think they're going to let Mark talk, and I think he's going to put on a good show. And I think at the very least they're going to have, like, the key word is narrowly tailored. Like that is what the Supreme Court has said. You cannot restrict speech unless it's narrowly tailored, and explain how it's in the government's interest, to do this. And
Mhm.
how can you can't just say 500 feet because we said so. You have to explain why 500 feet. They're not going to be able to do that. So I think at the very least, like, they can come up with other options. Like, there's a back door to the courthouse. I know because I came in shackles on February 23rd. There's a back door. So, like, jurors can come in that back door. There's other alternatives to doing this. You could limit it to just the jury selection, are we so weak that our entire judicial system can just be overthrown at the sight of of somebody wearing a shirt that says "Free Karen Read"? Like, I walk up to the courthouse, it's like, oh no, the entire system of checks and balances is just dismantled. I'm wearing a fucking shirt. Like, it's like, what are we saying? That we're that weak? Our system is that weak? Is that breakable? That we can just, do that? So I would hope. I mean, the First Amendment, this is a major thing tomorrow.
Yes.
If they can do it in Norfolk County, Massachusetts, they can do it anywhere. And so I certainly hope Auntie Bev knows, the judge, that the whole country is watching this. Like, the ACLU is now involved. They have a lot of money and resources. And if they do this, then they can do this in any court in America. Like, imagine, I think Derek Chauvin probably would have liked it if they weren't allowed to protest outside of his trial, but they did. And they've done it at pretty much every other case. Of course you can protest outside of a courthouse. Of course you can walk down the sidewalk within 500 feet wearing a shirt that says "Free Karen Read" if you want to. As long as you're not intimidating jurors and telling them you better acquit. As long as you're not doing that, then it's not a problem.
And I hope that's how the judge rules on, well, as I understand. So I've been talking to one of the protesters, Paul. Yeah, he's really good. And Paul, he's been feeding me a lot of information and been helping me kind of get a grasp on this whole thing. He said that the judge is typically deterred from making rulings from the bench. So she's not going to rule on it tomorrow. She's going to listen to whatever she's going to listen to tomorrow and then rule on it on the 12th, which is the Friday before the trial, which is the next hearing. according to him. So that seems to be.
If I were a betting man, I think she's going to deny it. I think it's because this is a judge that doesn't like to make headlines, and this makes headlines if you allow the motion. If you allow, if you take away people's First Amendment rights. I don't think she wants that.
Definitely. I tend to agree. And I think she's going to, if she's smart, she's going to narrowly tailor it.
Right.
And she's just going to be like, look, as long as they're not harassing and actively like intimidating and in their faces, I'm going to allow it.
Right.
So that would be a smart move.
And by the way, this is a judge I've never seen. She's like a substitute teacher in her courtroom, just has no control of the courtroom. There's frequent issues with the Zoom and muting. Like there's funny video out there where somebody goes, people on the Zoom are watching, hundreds of people are watching. One guy just bleats out, "Fuck you, Beverly." It's just like, and they can't figure out, it's a bunch of boomers. They can't figure out how to like mute them or anything like that. And, you know, even in the courtroom, like people clap when Karen Reed comes in. She doesn't do anything about it. Like I expect a judge to like have some control of their courtroom, but she's like the substitute teacher that lets people get away with anything. So I have a hard time believing that she's going to make an unprecedented decision tomorrow and just say, yep, we're not going to let people protest. So
yeah, that would be bad.
yeah, that'd be really bad. You know, I assume you guys are all First Amendment.
It would make her famous.
Here, and yeah, it would make her famous.
Not in a good way.
Yeah.
Not for the right reason.
Make her infamous. It's
I
like-
was going to say infamous.
Yes. What's up, Ozzy?
You know?
Oh, crap.
Sorry.
One too many screens. Didn't realize I was on stream. Hi,
Oh.
how you doing?
20
We're
minutes.
doing anything.
We're all sitting here waving at you, just in there.
Yeah.
And we're like, I guess we offended him. He came here and protest. It's like, where's his free Karen Reed shirt? He's just like, no, I'm just here to make a statement about Karen Reed by my presence. I'm not talking to these schmucks. I'm not going to give them the time of day.
And that's why you always wear pants, because you might stand up.
Absolutely. No,
True
because
story.
I've got the thing in front of the camera now, so that when we do things like this, it actually appears that I'm talking to people. Because when I keep doing interviews, when I was looking down at the screen, I looked so bloody disinterested that I swear that's why people stopped showing up. So I put the camera in front of me now. But what I didn't notice while I'm sitting here reading through X is that, oh yeah, I'm on stream. Okay, crap.
I saw you come in, so but Aiden was talking, and I'm sorry, Aiden, I think I cut you off. You were
All
in the
good,
middle of
man. All
something.
good. It's a big panel. I don't
Yes,
wanna
it
monopolize
is.
it, you know?
I invited a lot of people. Chad, don't think that they're here of their own accord. I literally had to drag their asses in here, and I bribed half of them to be here. So
I'm apparently in the other half.
Right?
You guys get paid? No.
Only half of us,
Everyone
apparently.
knew that your ego would not allow you to miss this, so we knew we were good with that. So.
like I normally don't do these, so like I'm a one-man show for the most part. I have the occasional guest, but like I'm not known for my panels, so I'm happy to finally do one. You guys, seriously, thank you everybody for showing up. It really means a lot to me. Truly.
Well, I just wanted to stop by. I got to go eat. It's getting a little bit late here, but I just wanted to stop by and say congratulations and thanks for the invite on here. And we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. We'll stay in touch, brother. We'll probably do another one of these, probably like as trial looms and comes closer.
Awesome. Sounds good. We'll talk. Thanks,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Ozzy, where'd you get your hat?
Was literally just typing that into the chat. Ironically, I got this in America on my trip to Houston last year. So
Yeah,
Miller
I think
Hats of Houston.
I was about to say that. Jeff gets his there too, right?
Yeah, we were standing right next to each other when we
Okay.
got it.
That's the reason why, yes.
Okay.
Matsuri.
Ironically, I walked into a hat store in Houston trying to buy a perfectly good, brand new cowboy hat to bring back to Australia to say that I had one. First hat that I picked up, imported from Australia.
You flew from Australia to America to buy a hat in America that is imported from Australia to bring it back to Australia and be like, this is my property, mate.
The hat he's wearing was actually made there at Miller Hats, but that was a different story. That was a different hat. This hat, he had to actually convince the store owner that he really wanted to buy that hat because he thought he was joking. He was joking.
You could have just walked across the street from your home to the hat store. No.
Well, no, because saltwater crocodiles here, while they're not necessarily endangered, you're not supposed to do things with their carcasses. So these teeth here are actually American crocodile of all things. So it's.
I was gonna say, how fun was that with customs too?
Oh, custom was fun. I mean, I think I told the story like 2 weeks ago. It was 10 a.m. as I'm flying out from LAX, and I've gone, oh shit, I don't know if this is on the import list. It's 10 p.m. I'm calling the Australian embassy and the customs line back in Australia to try and find out if it's okay for me to bring back a beaver felt covered crocodile teeth hat through customs. The chick on the other end of the line says, yeah, give it a go. We'll see what happens.
Good attitude.
That was so much fun hanging out with Hayden because like I said, he had to convince the guy in Texas that this Australian guy actually wanted to buy the Crocodile Dundee. He thought he was joking for about 5 minutes. And then when we got back to the convention floor, he was wearing a Steve Irwin getup, and people were like, oh my gosh, are you being like, are you like Crocodile? And he's like, yeah. Oh my god, he's doing the accent too. And I'm like, no, he's actually from Australia. I'm sorry.
Who are you cosplaying as? Myself.
Megan's back. We can talk about the Thompson twins.
I'm sorry I was gone so long, but this story just keeps blowing up, and like my phone's ringing off the hook, and I have to take these calls. I'm sorry. But it always happens that there will be breaking news on the week I go on vacation. So I'm on vacation this week because it's spring break, and I'm trying to like hang out with my kids. And every single time I take a week off, there will be breaking news, and I will have to go and stream. And
but I'm pretty sure we shouldn't talk about Laura Owens and blowing in the same conversation.
No, actually, that's perfect.
Yeah.
She now has a new attorney who I have decided, they were calling her Jane Doe for so long. I'm going to call him John Doe, but I'm going to turn it into John Douche Canoe because this guy,
I'm so glad you're using that word.
Is such a douche canoe. You cannot even believe it. And my favorite tweet of his, is he calls himself the Conor McGregor of law.
Of litigation.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The Conor McGregor of litigation. Prompting Andrew Branca, by the way, to say, I don't know if you know this, but I call myself the Andrew Branca of MMA. I mean, yes, it's just like this guy is such a douche. I don't even want to say his name because he's so full of himself, and he's got 600 followers on Twitter, and he's like trying to make a career for himself as like a Twitter commenter, and he's got Trump derangement syndrome so bad. Jeff, you read the pleading, right? You read the
yeah, we're gonna read that on my stream on Friday. It was written by a 12-year-old.
Crap. A 12-year-old with Trump derangement syndrome. Thank you, Terry D. What a lovely person you are. Thank you for noticing that I put the blow dryer on my hair today.
Look going on here.
I hope you did more than a blow dryer.
No, not really.
Really?
Well, that's just a round brush. It's just a round brush and a blow dryer. I have curly hair,
fantastic.
so I can make it do things, But man, I'll tell you what, this guy, he went on a Twitter rant last night that was, I've never seen a lawyer in a case in a like an actual ongoing case tweet like this. Have you,
Wait,
Jeff?
who are you talking about?
No.
Okay, I'm talking about the Tonsil twins' new lawyer. Do you know about the Tonsil twins?
No, I see. This is like I'm sitting here. I'm trying to get work done while I'm also trying to be somewhat social.
Okay, well, let me explain the TLDR to you, Joe, because you really need to hear this. Now,
This is good.
Yeah.
There is a woman whose name is Laura Owens. She loves to pretend she's pregnant. She got into a situation, though, with Clayton Echard, who's a former bachelor from ABC's The Bachelor, right? Dude's a former bachelor. She gets into his DMs on LinkedIn and tells him she wants to go look at some houses, and he's a real estate agent. So he takes her out one night, and they go do that. And then he takes a gummy at some point with some THC in it, has some bad ideas in his head, and she sends him a lewd. Next thing you know, she's at his house.
A lewd?
And a lewd.
Yeah.
A lewd, which is, like a nude. A lewd-ish picture on Twitter. It's a sexting, Joe. Sexting.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
understand?
Titty pics.
Titty pics. Tits and ass, Joe.
Why would you say it with an L, not an N? I'm so confused
It's
by
what
this.
the kids say. I don't know. The kids say this. I don't know because it's
Hello,
lewd.
fellow youths.
Megan's trying to be cool. Just
I
let her.
don't
Just
know.
let her.
I don't.
Young
It just.
people.
I'm sorry. I have children. They say these things and then it sticks. I don't know what else to say. Chandler.
Hey, it's
you're just
Chandler.
getting right. You're
Yeah,
just
Amy
getting
Hammer
right.
in the
As
house.
as soon as Megan Fox mentions the lewds,
You know she wanted to get in here just for this. She's been tweeting me today like, "Oh my god, this case."
We're talking about the tonsil twins.
I've been
Tonsil
so
twins.
out of the loop, but last night when we were looking at that update, my jaw dropped. Did you talk about the person who worked at McDonald's yet? Who
We're
I
talking
guess
about it
the legal
now.
list?
We're
I'm
getting
Joe's
sorry.
there.
getting the
God.
We're
TLDR.
getting
I don't even know what
Joe-
TLDR actually stands for. I just know
Too
it's like-
long didn't
Too long,
read.
didn't read.
We can't have a discussion with you, Joe.
Joe,
Sorry.
Joe doesn't know any of the terms.
Hello,
Okay.
fellow
Here's
So-
what are lewds?
Can I just say,
Lewds are
I'm so
look at
happy
the
to see
TL.
everybody. I missed you guys so much.
There are drugs in the
Long time
city,
spent
right?
stream
You
with
take
you.
some lewds and the Quaaludes. Anyway, continue.
I thought she was talking about Quaaludes. I was like,
I guess
how?
Quaaludes-
can you
Oh
censor
my
that?
I guess he went from a
Quaaludes
gummy
leads
to a
the lewd.
Quaalude.
I guess
Even
that's-
it took
Okay,
me
Can somebody
All right.
explain the lewds thing? Because I'm totally lost.
Tits and ass on the phone. Texting. You know what texting is. You know what
They used to be
sexting is.
nudes. Now they're lewds.
Now they're
Laura
lewd.
said
Why?
to
Because they're
to
lewd.
Clay-
So he tells her after he sees the TNA on the phone, come
don't make the rules.
over. Because he's had a gummy and he's feeling good. Well, what happens
Yeah.
after that, according to him, is only oral activities, only oral arguments, folks. Only oral
Twice.
arguments. Twice.
And a rebuttal. Get a rebuttal.
Yeah, and a rebuttal. In one night.
Oh,
That was good.
so
That
good.
was good.
That was so good, Jeff.
Perfect.
You should leave right now. You're not going to top
You
it.
won the panel tonight. You won the panel tonight,
No
sir.
chance of topping that one.
Oh
Rebuttal.
Yes, an oral argument.
Very brief rebuttal.
There were 5 hours in between these two events. In between that time, and there was no intercourse, nothing that could cause any babies to be made. Okay. She leaves. He knows he screwed up. He's working with her. He can't do that again. He sees her the next day when they're looking for more, houses or whatever. And he tells her,
Or he's looking for something.
he tells her, I'm really sorry that happened. It was really unprofessional of me. We can't do that again. I'm not interested in you as a girlfriend. I don't want a girlfriend. And so, I'm sorry. I apologize. She starts crying, has a big hysterical hissy fit. And now he knows I'm in trouble because this woman is not going to let it go. So she starts. Within 5 days, a couple of things happen, Joe. She goes to the real estate board and she complains about his professionalism to them and she tries to get his license taken away. Meanwhile, she's sending him contracts, dating contracts, basically saying, don't you want to try it out for a week or two? Don't you want to date me? If you date me, we can do all of these good sex things. It's crazy. Then on day 5, on day 4, she's like, by the way, I could be pregnant because I'm very fertile. And there was some
And I
stuff.
don't understand science.
Yeah. And there was some of your stuff was down there. Just letting you
There's some
know.
dry humping, and I think you referred to them as crusty Claytons at one
Yes.
point.
Yes. Yes.
That was her cheer.
She was
She clearly did not pass 7th grade health class.
Look
She
at
was not
Joe's
very well
face.
educated. Joe doesn't know about any of this. Oh, Joe, you're in for a
He's
treat.
never heard this.
I personally have told Megan not to use that phrase ever again, but she doesn't listen.
I am not the one that came up with it. It
I don't
was my
understand what
chat.
that phrase could. I'm trying. I have no idea what Clayton could possibly be. In
Oh, that's his first
Oh,
name.
that's his name.
Oh,
Clayton
name.
Eckert.
Oh, that's worse. That's way worse. That is way worse.
I
Why didn't you
know.
tell me that? Why?
Because this is a real story. It's a real story.
This is real life.
This is someone's real life.
And this is the too long didn't read. She's only 5 days into this many
All right.
months
So
long
by 11
case.
days, 11 days, she's not only pregnant, but she's pregnant with twins. And within like another week from that, it's a boy and a girl. She's not even a month pregnant, and she's got, not only is it twins, but she knows.
Oh, Megan,
the
a mother
gender.
knows. A mother knows.
So she takes him to court, Joe. She takes him to court. She files a paternity thing about parenting agreement. She wants shared custody of these alleged babies, the Schrodinger's twins that don't exist.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so good. I haven't heard that one. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Files. That was Jeff, by the way. He came up with that. She files.
Nice, Jeff. Nice.
I gotta
Thanks.
give credit where credit is due. She files in court. This dumbass family court doesn't take into never listens to him when he's like, excuse me.
I met her 4 days ago.
Excuse me. I never stuck my dick in crazy. And I need help. And like they won't listen to him and they're like, we're gonna continue this till whenever. And like it just goes on like this for months and months, and he has no attorney. Meanwhile, she sends him 500 emails. He blocks her. She goes around it. She's harassing him like you can't believe. Emails, texts. If you don't call me back, I'm having the babies. Here, guess what? Going out of business sale. I'll have an abortion, but you have to date me for a month with intention.
Yeah, that was a deal. If you enter into a dating contract to date me with intention, sex is optional, then I will let you decide the fate of your children.
But don't
favorite part.
forget how tight I am, because you won't believe how tight I am, because I haven't
And
been
by the
with
way,
anybody in a year.
Listen, I'm the safest person for you to have sex with right now because I'm pregnant. So you can't impregnate me. I'm already pregnant. That's perfect birth control.
And I have proof. I have proof that I have not had sex in a year. I am celibate and chastised just for you, my love. Here, you want to find out? Feel the tightness of the room between my legs. This
oh
is
God, Larry.
how I've been
Larry,
waiting.
stop. I can't.
Yeah.
Larry, she's not going to sleep with you again after this.
And she's done this with at least 4 other guys.
Yeah, that's what we find out through this, is that there are other men out there who this same story has happened to. And she also does this thing where she threatens to unalive herself. She's going to hurt herself. There's text messages going back years and years with these other guys and her dad and her mom. And her dad turns out to be some famous guy in San Francisco. Oh yeah, her dad is texting her ex-boyfriend going, just do everything she says. I'll help you get out of it later.
Her parents are such enablers.
She's going to hurt herself. And so you have to do what she says. You have to just stay with her. Just pretend, and I'll help you get out of it later.
He obviously took her parents for they were wrapped around her little finger. I mean, they'll text a guy and they'll be like, I'm so sorry that she's doing this. She's just been eating too much gluten lately.
Yeah.
Her
mother said she ate too much gluten. Apparently gluten allergies cause mass psychosis. I don't know.
Apparently gluten allergies cause you to falsely impregnate yourself and accuse men of grape later on. So that's a thing.
I was going to say.
Okay, so yeah,
the whole damn bakery yesterday. Jeez.
We have to fast forward to, she goes all these months up to November, and there's a hearing, and she doesn't know it's being live streamed. She is wearing a fake moon bump, Joe. Joe, are you listening? He's not listening anymore. He's tuned out.
I am.
No,
I think you're just processing. He's processing
It's
everything.
real.
He's
It takes a long time.
A fake pillow. She's also a podcaster. Thank you for bringing that up. She has a mental health podcast, and
she had a TED Talk too.
She does a TED Talk.
Mental unhealth.
and TED Talk.
Like, as in
How to
cautionary
ruin the lives
tales
of
for
men.
other
No,
people to
kidding.
see the red flags, or is she actually trying to help other people by making things worse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've listened to it and I don't understand it. Yeah, Joe has PTSD from this. I think he's gone back to doing his work. He's
Every
just
time
like,
He was like, I can't anymore.
every time I hear Megan's audio podcast from now, I'm just going to hear the words Clayton Krusties resonating.
You're welcome.
And just be shuddering throughout. I'm just like,
Megan, you should trademark that. You really, I said it, but it's
Maybe
yours. Your
might need a
original
t-shirt.
intellectual property. Yeah, you need to register that.
Yes, the Immaculate Deception. We were calling it fetal attraction, the Immaculate Deception, mouth conceptions.
Yes, mouth conceptions.
What were the other ones? God, there were so many tonsil twins. But there's been so much. This has been going on.
Tonsil
for months.
twins wins the day. I mean, that's too good.
Personally, I like Fetal Attraction. If there's ever a documentary, I think it ought to be called Fetal Attraction.
My favorite.
It's
book,
so
the
good.
movie, definitely.
Fetal Attraction, the story of the tonsil twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The tonsil twin story. All right, so Also, Cupid's twins. Cupid's twins, because guess what? Her alleged due date was Valentine's Day.
Of
Of course it was.
it is.
Mind you, she's also on like by Valentine or by like December was on like what lawyer number 10 or 11.
Yeah,
Sarah
she's had
Boone.
third
Wow,
one.
she's
child.
worse than
Her-
Sarah
I'm
Boone. then.
confused. If her due
I
date
wonder
was,
why.
if her due date was Valentine's Day, so what did she say when she ended up not having
Okay.
kids?
So we get to
Oh.
November. She's got the big
Oh,
stuffed
yeah.
belly in the court. She says to the judge, I am 100% pregnant with 24-week-old twins. 100%. We have it on
Very
tape.
specific.
And she has no idea that she's being live streamed. And she has no idea that when she adjusts the belly, it like comes up over one boob. And like, I mean, it's insane. Okay. You can tell that it's fake. She's also chugging a Monster drink
Oh yeah.
throughout this entire
What?
thing and standing for 2 hours and never takes a pee break. I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. I've been
We
pregnant
all know.
3 times.
Caffeine is great for babies if you want them to turn out really, like speedy and
Not to mention that you'd have to pee every 30 seconds if you were drinking caffeinated beverage.
Wait, but Megan, there was a weird thing about this whole thing, which is that she actually provided a positive pregnancy
weird
test at one
thing?
point, didn't
Yes,
she?
she came up with 2 positive HCG tests, the pee stick tests. Okay, that's the only evidence she has, and it starts in June. One on June 1st, and then one a week later or something.
Like literally the pea sticks, though.
Yeah, the
So
pee
how
sticks.
can you fake that? Because I know she
It's
didn't take
very
a blood
easy.
test.
It's
You
very
get-
easy.
they
People
have
with
Facebook online.
you can buy them online, but she did it at an urgent care. I truly believe it's
Oh.
because that she's on some kind of medication that makes her positive. She has an
That was
ability.
my understanding.
It's her special ability.
Oh.
She pees
It's like a
positive.
seizure medication.
She has
or
a
something, right?
superpower. She's
She has a
always
superpower.
pregnant.
Always pregnant. Oh no!
Either that,
actually,
or she like bought some pregnancy pee off the
bought-
dark web. There
well,
have been
she's a
stories of that
horse
before.
girl.
Or she had
She's
a
a
pregnant
horse girl.
friend.
Yeah.
And she like, stuck it under the toilet seat when she visited her house and went
She
to
has
collect it later.
access. She has access to horses and horse medicine, and there's a whole bunch of horse fertility shit that has high HCG levels. She could have put that in the Monster drink. I don't know. All I know is that she can pee positive on one of these tests, but what she can't do is provide any sonograms, because guess what, Joe? You have to pay attention to this. She faked a sonogram and she admitted it under oath. So we fast
How is she
forward-
not? How is she not in jail? For
That's what I'm
perjury?
wondering. How is
That's
it?
a big
Okay,
question.
What are you, a lawyer, asking me? How
Because
not
she's
in
a
jail for
woman.
Perjury.
Yeah.
Perjury. You're really going to go to the perjury route here.
I just like this whole thing is so. It's so.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I mean,
Who
you're
would
the
pursue
aren't you
charges
the
and
one
why?
when I asked you the same question about 2 years ago about perjury, you were like, "Oh, my poor sweet summer child." That's what you said to
Now
me.
she gets to do the same to you.
And
Go.
you're like, and now
Join the
you're gonna
club.
throw it back at me, like, how is she not in jail for perjury? What do you mean? Are you new? You're not new.
She's done this repeatedly. She's gotten away with it repeatedly. We recently found out there was another victim who was publicly named by her new attorney
Oh,
against
yeah.
his will.
And guess
and
what?
There's a really
He's
big problem with it.
connected. He's connected to Joe Montana. The story is so
Oh,
insane.
right.
She
Oh,
goes
my
after
goodness.
famous people.
Yeah.
Yes,
look,
well,
Just giving.
And it's
Them
all
just
NFL
going.
players. Like watch out NFL players and former NFL players.
Not
This
loud.
woman, you are her type. Like she is attracted to those NFL players.
Why
Clayton
doesn't she
Eckert
just really
was NFL. I think Greg Gillespie played football. Now she's this latest victim, Matt Mulvey. He was a star quarterback at Notre Dame. She's connected to the Montanas. I mean, it's there's some weirdness. So anyway, Joe, in November, after she says I'm 100% pregnant, a month later, the middle of December, her attorney puts in a motion that says my client is no longer pregnant. We're put this as a motion to withdraw, and we want to drop it all now.
After she's gone like to the newspapers, to
Oh, she's
everybody
gone
to
to the
try
Sun.
and
Yep.
destroy this dude.
So his lawyer says, no fucking way. Like you're not going anywhere. We're staying here. We want proof of paternity. You didn't give any disclosure. You've been avoiding all of this stuff. You're staying in. Judge agrees with them. The judge says, no, we're staying in now. We're this far. We're staying in. They go to a status hearing, and this woman, her poor attorney, we felt so bad for him. This is the last guy, not the new guy. We're almost at present day. This last guy goes, well, Your Honor, she had a miscarriage. And the judge goes, what date? And he goes, he's conferring with his client. Well, Your Honor, the best we can guess is sometime, she found out in November, but it could have happened a month to two before that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
There, I just said it
Exactly
for
when it
everybody. What everybody's
happened.
thinking, I just said it. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
How do you, it's like an
Yes.
Amber Heard, like the he threw and it hit me somewhere in the eye area. Like,
Yeah.
how do you what?
Well, that's exactly what happened with her, I believe.
That took me forever.
Oh my God, we're so glad you didn't leave. That one was
Bison,
almost as good as
Where
rebuttal.
did you? Where have you been hiding? This is gold. This is comedy gold.
This is why this story should be the only thing that anyone is talking about on YouTube from now on. I mean, it's honest to God. You could do so much content on this one story. It's incredible. So then get this. So during that hearing, the judge has had enough. The judge is like, no, you're going to sign the HIPAA agreement right now in front of me. Sign it. Sign it. Turn over the medical records because the other side hasn't seen your medical records and they deserve them. Sign the thing now. They make her sign it. She puts the wrong date on it. Yeah, she puts the wrong year on it.
And see if that's going to invalidate it. Like,
Right.
oh my God.
But it did cause a problem with the medical providers. But anyway,
I'm sure it
turns
did, but
out-
she's obviously done that deliberately to try and
Of
stuff
course.
things up. So
Of course. So he gets the medical records back from these doctors. She claimed she just saw her OBGYN 5 days before that November hearing. She said she was in Dr. Higley's office. Dr. Higley has never heard of this bitch. Doesn't have any records. Nope, not a client. Dr. McCool, the other one, the high-risk pregnancy guy, never heard of her. Nope, she had an appointment, but she canceled it several times. So she kept making appointments. And then her argument is, I sought medical care for my pregnancy, but she never went. So now we fast forward to today. The trial is set for June 10th. Okay. Poor Corey Keith, her last attorney, after that horrifying status hearing where he had to explain to a judge who has children and has been pregnant that this woman has no idea when she miscarried 20-week-old fetuses, twin fetuses, like with bodies. She has no idea when. This poor guy backs out of this case with permission from his client. He's gone. He's out. She finds this new attorney. Let's call him John Douchecanoe, because I will not say his name because he wants to be famous and he only took this case because he knew we would all be talking about him. And he believed that we were going to blow him up and make him into a star. And I'm going to make him into a star, all right, but it's going to be more of a sphincter-like star and not the type that he
A starfish.
Now it's my turn.
This guy is unbelievable. So he goes into a tweet rant last night and he really thinks he's winning because he is, he asked this question. How come everyone is saying that I doxed some guy? I don't know what you're talking about. So I said, after watching him struggle like for an hour last night, I said, okay, I'm going to help him. And so I retweeted his question. I said, I'm going to help him. He's really struggling. Here's who they're talking about. We're not talking about Clayton, but there was another victim who did not want to be dragged into this. And I knew who he was. His lawyer sent me a cease and desist. She was like, stay the fuck away. Basically, he doesn't want to talk to you. I was like, okay, fine. I'm fine. I've known about this for a month. This guy goes and drops his name by publishing exhibits he didn't even read. And he can't figure out why everyone's pissed off at him. And it's like, well, you just dropped the name of your client's first victim who didn't want to be named. And I just explained it to him nicely. He says, I can't deal with all these crazy people. I'm blocking you. And he blocked me for answering his question. And then he called me a propagandist.
Wow.
At least he didn't call you a demonic pizza.
With toppings from hell. Ginger with a soul says, legal vices. What was it you said about Megan Fox talking again?
Can I just point out how sus it is that DUI guy in Chandler just went off camera?
I know, right?
I was going to ignore that joke.
Are we all going to pretend that didn't happen?
Yes.
Like, oh, that's totally normal.
all this saucy talk, you know.
Awful twins and whatnot.
To be fair, this is Larry's
If Chandler
MO.
comes back pregnant, I'm gonna have issues. Okay.
This is Larry's MO. He leaves a stream but continues to collect the super chats while the rest of us do
That's
the
nice,
work
Rick. I
for
like
him.
it.
What? Sorry, I'm back. What?
Well, when you're in court against
Trying to create some
Memby,
tonsil
I'll
twins of
take
our own
your
here.
side, okay?
Oh God. Oh man.
This story just crazier and crazier.
Well, that's the fun thing is this motion. I can't wait to cover this motion on Friday because it's just basically a motion for a continuance to give him some extra time to respond. But it was written by a 12-year-old. Several times he actually all caps with exclamation marks says "yikes" in the motion, and then he's like he accuses him of grape, and then he actually typed out hashtag, like he typed out HASHTAG me too.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, he wrote hashtag and then put the hashtag.
Then put the hash mark.
Me
Yeah.
too.
It
Now I
was
realize that
written by a
sounds like something
12-year-old.
Joe would do though, because he's like, "What's a hashtag?"
Oh, shut
Joe's like, "I don't get it." Wait, he also put in parentheses, "Oh, so dramatic," and he used the word "yikes" twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
didn't
his
he like
motion.
red furious too? Like
Yeah,
he made
likes
some
red
words
marks
red.
and fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was written by a 12-year-old.
And he put his theory is that Clayton Echard, this like less than medium smart dude who's like he's super into like, he actually is into the Me Too movement, sadly enough. He like thinks it's legitimate and like he doesn't want anyone to think badly of him. And so he'll go even so far as to say, I don't think this could ever happen again, really. Like it's so sad. This guy is being compared to Donald Trump by this douche canoe. Like,
Wait. Yeah, he says he has Trump syndrome, and he's the one with it. He was like,
He's
oh,
the
just
one
like
with
Trump said this. This is what it's so weird.
he's making up books that Donald Trump allegedly wrote called "How to Smear a Rape Victim" or something, right? Wasn't that what he called it? Something like,
it was weird.
I can't even imagine. He didn't even do basic research on the judge. Judge Mata was appointed by a Republican. She's a well-known conservative judge. The chances of her actually caring about his Trump derangement syndrome and being like, "Oh, this guy is as bad as Trump. Oh boy, I better like drop the hammer on him," are so low. He's not smart. This man.
He doesn't know how to read the room.
No, and in one of his tweets, well, me and Laura talked about this and this and this, and I'm like, why are you tweeting out what you and your client are talking about?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
bizarre.
this is a 36-page motion to get a little extra time to file a response. This is literally a 1-page motion.
And by the
Judge,
way-
I just got here. Can I have a few more weeks?
It was
This is a 36-page
denied.
motion.
It was denied before, I think before the court even opened the next day. She was like, "No, denied." And next, I'm sending Greg Woodnick the order. He needs to write me an order for his motion to compel. So yeah, moving on. Next. So now here's the new thing that just happened. This idiot douche canoe lawyer, he accuses Greg Woodnick of violating sanctions rules because he's claiming that he didn't give 10 days notice before he filed the sanctions or whatever. That is so, and what he's planning on doing, hey Andy, what he's planning on doing is appealing. He's planning on appealing. And so Greg's move was to withdraw his motion for sanctions so that douche canoe can't appeal, so that they keep motoring towards June 10th. And he thinks he won. He's like, look, Clayton caved already. It's going to be so funny.
Oh, dear.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Andy, how you doing? It's been a minute.
What's up,
Good
brother?
to see you again.
Hey, everybody.
Andy.
Happy
Thanks for joining.
400,000 subs, my man. Gosh, what an accomplishment. I got the round of applause for you.
Wow.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. Not easy
Thanks,
to
buddy.
do. Proud of you, dude.
Thanks, man.
All it took was a silly look in court, my man.
Oh my
I'm so
God! How
trying
did
to
you
get
know?
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but on Etsy, there's this company that like they can put your face on socks, and I really wanted to get Larry to put his face on socks and merchandise them,
You
like that particular moment.
100% right. I can't believe you haven't merched it.
Seriously.
All over
Yep.
the place.
I would buy those socks. Just saying.
Right?
I am very, very lucky and blessed that my business is doing sufficiently well to where I didn't have the time or the energy to even consider merchandise. That is the honest truth.
Honestly, you're smart because I did do merchandising during it, and I didn't see. We just did it because it was going so crazy, and we made all those shirts throughout the trial. But I was doing it for charity and just for the marketing. I never saw a dime, and every time people were on me, you're making too much money off this. It was just a nightmare. So you probably were smartly avoided that whole landmine to begin with.
Well, we're gonna have merchandise, no question about it, and it's all gonna be donated to the Institute for Justice, a First Amendment organization. So I'm doing the same thing as you. I just haven't capitalized on it yet, but it's in the works. It's gonna be here probably by the end of the year.
Yeah, shirts. I don't know. It's a whole business model. You got to pay attention.
Speaking
You
of
gotta keep
shirts,
it going. I
gotta
don't want
show-
to be in the shirt business.
I got to show this to you guys. Somebody sent this to me. I did not make this. I did not ask for this. This is a fan. I'm just going to show this to you guys. Look at this. Somebody made me into a meme. Oh my God, he really did it. And then it says the DUI guy is truly a man of his word at the
What
bottom.
are you eating? A shoe?
Shoes. So here's the story. Here's what happened. This was, when was this? About 3 weeks ago. So I started covering the What the Hells stuff. And I said, if this story doesn't go national by the end of the week, I'm going to eat my own shoes. That's what I said on stream. And because I was so convinced, it's one of the craziest things. And I guess, I don't know, maybe legacy media doesn't really give a shit about the truth and violations of our constitutional rights anymore.
What? Seriously?
Right? So it didn't happen. Friday came and went, or whatever. Saturday, Sunday, people were like, no, Larry, you still have until Sunday. I'm like, fine, end of the week. So Sunday at midnight rolled around, came and went, and I was like, damn it, now I have to eat my own shoes.
So hold
how
on
do
a
I
second.
accomplish this?
You had pink baby shoes? This explains so much.
They're like
so
Right?
creepy.
I ordered this pair of pink baby they're supposed to be like cake decorations for, I guess, like when you're announcing your gender of your what, I don't know. I just
So it is it cake? They were cake. Wow.
Well, that's what I
like
thought.
fondant or something.
That's what you thought.
Wait, Chandler, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I think they're like cake fondant or something like that.
Yeah.
And you took them out of the fridge and they were really hard to bite
Yeah.
into. You should have let them kind of warm up and come to room temperature for a little bit, but you did it.
And I was just like,
proud. It was impressed of you as your man
and
of your
people were
word.
like, Larry, you're gonna break your teeth. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I gotta do this. And so like I took it and I just crushed it, and I was just munching on the shoes while I was streaming one stream. And so people were this one guy, oh God, Tim Norfolk. Tim Norfolk made this, and he's like, Larry, do you mind if I sell these? And I'm like, look, I have no problem with you making a few bucks off of me and my likeness. I'm not going to be a dick about it, but just don't make it into an industry, because then we're going to have a problem. So he sent that shirt to me, and it's cute. It's really nice.
Well, this was so dang much fun. I stayed an extra 30 minutes. Now it's a mad dash to the office. So I've got to get dressed and head on out.
Thanks for
Happy
joining.
Good to
Congratulations,
see you
Larry.
guys, though.
Good to see you.
Jeff.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Good to see
Jeff.
you again, Andy. It's been
I
more
gotta get you
than a
back
minute.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you're well.
Oh,
Take
what is
care,
it?
everybody.
Bye.
There it is.
Damn it. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave.
I just saw this. I didn't see this.
Oh my God, that's good. Oh, that's so good.
Can you go do like a
Oh.
4K reenactment so you get better quality, Larry?
That was the problem we started running into. It's funny you mentioned that because I didn't even hire, they volunteered to like turn me into merch or whatever. And wait, let me see if I can find it. Anyway, I'll try to look for it, but somebody has made me into an image, like a cartoon, and we're thinking of doing that.
I think on the anniversary, you got to get back in that room, get a 4K camera, same outfit, and recreate it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
That
that's
would
not a
be-
bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I got to run too because I promised my locals crew and I promised my audience I was going to stream some of this. Look, I'm backed up on the Tonsil Twins thing. And I missed my entire stream today because the power went out. So I got to get caught up.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
But congratulations, Larry. You deserve it. You've been amazing. Thanks for all your help. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. And thanks for everything, Megan. We'll stay in touch for sure.
All right, see you guys.
Bye,
Great to see you, Megan.
Bye.
I love her from Transformers and Love is Blind. That's like a double layer joke.
Nice. She looks better now than ever. So.
Dang, with the Constantines. That's just crazy.
Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What?
Larry's texting you.
I actually am. That's the scary
Are you?
part. I actually am. How did you know that?
Check your phone.
Check your phone, Chandler.
How's
The funny thing is,
studying
so
going?
It's going really well. I'm extremely deeply immersed in just law school stuff right now. So everything in law school. And
Love with me. And love with me. Don't forget.
yes.
Wait, you're finishing your first year now?
No, I'm applying right now.
Oh, you're applying now.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. So have you heard back from anyone yet?
Well, so I just realized that I can apply sort of late to this one school that I'm interested in, and the deadline is July 1st. So I had an appointment with admissions today. It went really well. We went on a tour the other day. It went really great. I sat in on a constitutional law class. I'm really happy with it. So I'm about to sit for the LSAT in 9 days. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm just putting together my application basically and scrambling to get everything done. I didn't think I was going to be able to apply for this year. I thought I'd have to wait until next year, but I can. So I'm making it happen. And Larry's been really supportive, and I'm like, he's, it's been great. I'm really stoked.
Get a room, you
Finally.
two.
We did earlier. You missed it.
We intentionally separated ourselves in 2 different rooms because the other stream that we did where we talked about our first fight, like, first of all, none of what we talked about was intelligible. I have no idea why we did it. We were like, yeah, so that one guy fought the other guy. He had pink hair. Like, we didn't know what we were talking about. The whole thing was just like us canoodling and being really gross. So that was fun. But we figured that it was better to stream, like, separately. I have my own box.
Okay, but is there sort of a reverse gender Billy Madison teaching scenario going on?
What do you mean?
Wait, is it Billy Madison where he goes back to school? It's been that long since I watched a Dean
Yeah,
Madison
Billy Madison
movie.
goes back to school.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kindergarten through, he's got to do all the grades.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Ages. But anyway.
I'm confused. I'd love
There's a scene where his girlfriend is helping him study. Every time he gets an answer right, she shows her boobs.
Oh.
When am I going to show her every time she gets an answer right?
It's like, oh, here's a
So
nipple.
Larry shows me his boobs every time I succeed.
Here's the nipple. Yeah.
Now, wait, can I ask a real question, Chandler? Am I allowed to ask one? Has he made the courtroom face anywhere else?
He makes that face all the
Andy! Down, boy! Down!
Wow. Wow. I'm signing off. Have a good day, everybody. Great.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh my god!
I mean, we're cooking dinner sometimes. Sure, I suppose the face makes an appearance, but
That's dangerous to do in the kitchen. We know this.
What a quest.
So the weather's been crazy.
Yeah.
I did notice that. Yeah, we had a tornado come through and destroy half the fucking neighborhood. Actually,
Ooh.
true story. Sadly enough, like
Yeah.
all of Buckner is like I saw videos on Chandler and I. We got our nails did today, and we watched the TV, and on the TV there was like a lot of wreckage in Buckner and Newcastle and
It was
surrounding
really
areas.
strange.
It's really
I'm not
really
used to
scary.
tornadoes. I'm used to earthquakes.
She's an
and
earthquake girl. I'm a
I
tornado
am
boy.
not.
And
I learned the phrase inclement weather. I'd never heard that phrase before.
I was so shocked. I told like one day I was like, "Oh, babe, we're just gonna have inclement weather," and she looked at me. She was like, "What's that?" And I looked. I thought she was joking, and I'm like, "Inclement? Wait, you don't know this?" And I was like, "Wait a second, you've never heard that term before?" She's like,
I
"I'm from
still don't fully
California. We
understand
don't
what
have
it
that
means."
shit over there." Inclement. What does that word mean? Oh, I didn't know. I thought everybody knew that word, but it kind of makes sense.
Oh my God, Jim Dara in chat just said Chandler has been reviewing Larry's briefs. You guys are really clever.
Jim is the author of this.
Chat. I love chat. The author of what?
Oh yeah, of the buckle up.
My
Oh,
my latest
hey.
brand. This is it right here.
Well,
Buckle
Jim,
up.
thank you for a
It's-
lot
oh,
of
it's
things.
backwards. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
I
Buckle
love
up.
that thing. It's so
It's
good.
the law. It's gonna be hanging like right here or something. We're gonna like,
Tell Larry to buckle up.
put it right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
Oh shoot, I have to go in a couple of minutes. I have to like go, do a thing before I'll come back. How late are we going?
Till whenever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depends on what happens in the chat version, and folks, keep the monies going so Larry can do this full time, so he can be a First Amendment lawyer.
That is actually the goal. Nick is not joking. So I'm selling my practice. I'm looking for a buyer, which may take a while. It's got a price tag on it, and I'm well aware of you got to be realistic and have realistic expectations. But I want to travel to these trials and do that full time. I'll still practice law. I think I still have clients, for the right price. I will represent just about anybody in any state. I used to limit myself to Kentucky. There's no reason for that anymore. We just got hired. I told yesterday we actually have had and currently have active cases in 15 out of the 50 states in the United States, either a case resolved or currently pending in 15 out of 50 states, which is kind of crazy to think about how far the law firm that I started has come. And I have great associates. Shout out to Tyler and Samina. Without you, I wouldn't sleep. That's the honest truth. And my case manager, Stephanie, and my newly hired director of business development, Logan. So shout out to you all. And we just got an email, a meeting with another potential associate in a couple of weeks or next week. And then we just got a random email from a law clerk who wants to work this summer. And I'm like, I can't complain. I'm very blessed and very lucky, but I really want to do not just YouTube, but First Amendment full time. And criminal law is it has its limitations, especially here locally. You have to be in court, you have to try cases, clients rely on you. And don't get me wrong, I love this gig, but it has, I see the ceiling, the glass ceiling, the artificial, end to it. And once you see that ceiling, you want to try and go above it. And that's where I'm at right now in my headspace. So we'll see how that goes. So
where do you get your most referrals? Like, are you on, is it like internet? Is it are you putting out like billboards and stuff? Like when in your day, what would you say is the best turn to client?
Referrals from other lawyers, judges, prosecutors, cops. A lot of police officers after they arrest somebody, they're like, call this guy. Not joking. We get a lot of those. And now the YouTube channel, they're like, I saw your video and I think you're hilarious. And I'm like, I'm stupid. I don't know why you want to hire me. And they're like, I want to hire you. And I'm like, I've never done this area of law before, right? And they're like, you can learn. I'm like, okay. And they're like, here's my money. And I'm like, well, it's hard to say no to that.
I warned you.
Yeah.
My brother, I hate to do this, but I actually am going to be streaming at 10. So I need to start like figuring out what I'm going to be talking about.
Isn't that the funnest part of our life? Is like, what the hell is today's stream?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's no reason that I have extra grays because of that scenario. No,
It's
no,
the
not
worst.
at all.
I just because I'm covering Diddy, and then I'm like, I'm gonna take a break from Diddy, and I post something else, and Algorithm's like,
anyhow, so if you're still here in an hour or so and you want to give me a redirect, that would be awesome, but not necessary, and I won't be judging you. So
For sure.
at least not out loud. So anyway, my friends, I thank you. It's been a privilege and a pleasure hanging out with each and every one of you and those who have gone before me. So, and I thank you. And here's to 500K. Hopefully, it's going to come in the next couple of months.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
My brother. Take care.
You
Bye,
too,
Joe.
brother.
good to see you,
Bye,
Joe.
Oh.
So you've been
Brady
covering
Bunch.
the Diddy thing, huh, Andy?
Yeah, dude, it was pretty big. I mean, I see it starting to taper down, but it's not going to end. There's going to be a trial. I suspect there'll be an arrest, or if not, there'll be outrage that there isn't an arrest.
Yeah.
But the algorithm, I was in the algorithm for sure regarding Diddy, and that's the key. When you're in one of those waves, you just got to write it. So I've been writing that, and then today I tried to take a break. I really just wanted to rant about Lizzo because I fucking hate Lizzo. And
I did a second show.
So annoying. Her like, I'm quitting YouTube. All the internet's mean to me. I just can't stand it. I'm like, when millionaires are complaining about their trolls, it's just something I can't have empathy for. But I try to do that, and it's like, nope. YouTube's like, stick to Diddy. So tomorrow I'll be back in the Diddy case. I can't show it. I can, if you see behind me. Look, Larry. I'm leaning in. Diddy Gate.
Oh,
Nice.
dude,
You can't hear it if I hit the button, but I got a whole like prison bars and sirens and stuff.
Oh wow.
I'm leaning in, man. I got it. It's been slow. So I'm just like, finally, something other than the Royals. Needed a break from that.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, but not surprising because a lot of these celebrities, I feel they feel untouchable. They can do whatever they want, and they have all this money and power and fame, and one day it just starts come crashing down, and they're like, "How in the hell? Why me? Because you were doing shit you weren't supposed to, dumbass." And they're like, "Oh, well, I thought I was protected." At the time, look at Harvey Weinstein. He thought the same thing back in his height. I remember before I even knew anything about anything, I remember just watching, I forget what movie it was, but it was like they made a lot of great old movies, like the Weinstein Pictures or whatever. I always equated Weinstein with 1850s studio for some reason. It was always like
Miramax
old,
was doing really good movies. Miramax, and then it became the Weinstein Company, but yeah, Pulp Fiction, there was a lot of movies under his banner. I mean, he was good at making movies.
Yeah, he had that going, and then all that shit came down, and you were like, "What the fuck? Like, this is what goes on behind the scenes." So, yeah.
Well, the Diddy thing's weird because it's like he's technically not charged, right? He's innocent until proven guilty. We gotta obviously always defend that forever. But the more you dig and find the clips, there's like a clip of Usher on Stern. He's admitting, like, yeah, the Diddy parties. I was at the flavor camp, is what they called it, and he was 15. And it's clearly like drug orgy, crazy parties, adult women trying to bang him. He's 15. All this is crazy shit, and you're just like, that's not okay. And then you get Bieber footage.
That's illegal.
Yeah,
that's not just not
Bieber's
okay.
like 15, hanging out with Diddy, and Diddy's like, I'm now his guardian for 48 hours.
Right.
We're gonna go be crazy. And at the end, he's like, what do you want to do? And Bieber's like, let's go get some chicks. And then Diddy's like, yeah, man after my heart. Puts his arm around a 15-year-old Bieber, and they walk off to find chicks. It's just like, yeah, dude, enough. Like, I see enough to know there's definitely something that went down here that you need to take some accountability for.
Yeah. We'll see, man. I mean, I haven't covered. I have a thumbnail actually. I'm not going to show it because it's still, but I have a thumbnail for a video that I'm waiting because I missed the bus when it came down. I was too busy with other stuff. But I'm waiting for once an arrest happens or whatever. I mean, it's on, and my girlfriend's been walking around the house going, did he do it? Did he do it? And I'm like,
did he do it?
And
the shirt's coming. I'm already ahead of you.
See, I knew it. It's
all
clever.
the fans are like, "Where's the shirt, Andy?" They're all used to it. I'm like, I got to get back in the shirt business, I guess.
It's just, you know, it's crazy. It's just, I don't know.
Dude, I was in Miami this week. I went by Star Island, his like crazy island with all the fancy billionaires, and yeah, he owns he owns 2 of them next to each other. It's sick. Really amazing estate. But then the one's super private, one's not as much. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Did they both get searched?
Yes.
So both of them and the LA. I mean, when you get hit like that strategically at the same time, that means that there is something that they're looking for. They don't want it to get destroyed, and that's why they went after. Wasn't there also one in New York, or am I hallucinating?
Dude, they had tanks and like guns drawn. Like we just had the footage came out yesterday. And
Tanks?
They were like SWAT tanks, guys in art, like
armored vehicles and all that sort of shit. Yeah.
They put his kids in cuffs against the wall, laser scope. Like it was fucking nuts, dude.
Military.
No joke.
It was like a whole operation.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And Diddy released footage of like the turmoil, like, oh, they ruined my house, and I'm looking at it like they could have done way worse, dude. They were way nicer.
Walls.
Yeah, it was like there was still stuff in drawer. I'm like, they could have thrown everything, piles of papers, and they didn't. But safes were open it. But it was clear what they're looking for, I think, aside from, well, I mean, it's all technical, hard drives and stuff, because the rumors are from the lawsuits that he filmed everything. So the theory going is that he has dirt on every celebrity that's been in his parties doing stuff, Epstein style, whatever, sex workers.
Didn't Epstein himself.
And so that's the theory.
Yes.
And he's apparently shared some videos of him with others. Like it's just been an all around known secret in the industry. And so most people speculating that's really, they were trying to figure out, does he have like a hard drives? Is he keeping is he like Dexter with like a hard drive of all his weird shit that he's been, doing? Who knows? But it seemed like that's what they were looking for and trying to confirm. But yeah, I'm curious, all the lawyers here, like, is there a version of things where that goes down? You get that warrant, you do such a big raid, and then you don't charge it. You're like, nope, sorry, I guess we didn't find it. How likely is that?
0% chance.
Yeah. Not happening.
Because here's how it goes down. It was the Department of Homeland Security that was the primary agency that was there, right? DHS, or what am I?
Homeland Security, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's how it goes down. On the state level, it's dog eat dog, fair game, open season. You do all sorts of crazy shit. Not on the federal level. When you have a raid, that means that they have been the feds have been collecting evidence for not days, not weeks, but months. Months of gathering of evidence, minimum. And they finally have gathered enough to get a prosecutor to look at it and go, there might be something here. We should maybe investigate. Hey, judge, now they involve a judicial officer. Would you please sign this warrant in one house on one state, and then another one in another state across the country? And these are 2 separate judges who independently looked at 2 independent pieces of evidence to sign a warrant that allowed the agencies to say, okay, we're going in, and simultaneously, so you be the judge. You be the judge. You think they didn't find anything? There is 0% chance that they didn't have something to go on. Now, again, what did they find? Time will tell. But because of his publicity, because of his level of fame, because of his level of notoriety, the media and the prosecution are afraid to even squeak, even whisper anything until they have 150% confirmation that they are correct. Because the defense is waiting. The defense is, they're laying in wait, waiting for a fuck up. God forbid they do something and they do it wrong, but then they do it right. It's too late. They've already ruined their reputation. People are like, they don't have anything. That's all stupid. That's what they're trying to avoid, in my humble opinion.
When it goes back too, right? Because there's been theories he's the one who killed Tupac. Even Biggie now they're saying he was involved in it. So even there's murders now they could go back and charge him with. So I wouldn't want to be him right now, man.
It might be.
Did you see the Cat Williams rant?
Yeah, I was gonna say Mrs. Flux showed me the Cat Williams stuff a few weeks back, and then like showed me all the Diddy stuff, like literally 2 nights before it went down. Like, look at what's going on with Diddy. And I'm like, oh, well, that's bad. And then like 2 days later, she's like, his house is being raided. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, this has all the hallmarks of being a federal RICO case. If
Yeah,
they have
it really
enough
does.
of difference. And I can't do another one, but I might do it. I'm already knees deep in the Young Thug RICO trial. Yeah, sure. Another black rapper. Who else is better to do this than the whitest man alive? And
Gandalf?
Yeah, look at
Gandalf, is that you?
Gandalf. Walmart Gandalf over here. I mean, who's better? Who's better? Yeah. But,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get intense.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
people and a lot of people could be going down for that. That's going to be the crazy part.
Oh yeah.
Just to see.
I'm still looking for
who
the.
all-
I'm still looking for the sleight of hand though. What do we think is going to be the thing that they try and sneak through while everyone's focusing on this? What are we missing? Because you
They
can't
want
tell me
to
there's not
cover
going
up
to be
a bunch of the other people that were involved, probably.
Well, there's that, but I mean, it's a prime opportunity. If they
Mhm.
if someone knows what they're doing, even if even if it's not intentional, there's if someone is laying in wait, they're sitting on something. It's an opportunity basically, and you know exactly who I'm talking to. There is a prime opportunity there to sneak something through, get it out, and oh well, no one really cared because it was not as big as the Diddy story at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, yeah.
All I gotta say is that's not a knife. This is a knife.
oh, hang on, if we're really doing this.
Oh, are we really gonna do this?
Are we really?
I has chopstick.
It's the He-Man sword. Come on.
It looks like a Harry Potter one.
That's pretty damn good, Nick.
Avada
Yeah.
Kedavra. You know, I think it's more powerful. I don't know.
Hey,
That is a knife.
I got nothing.
I think Flux went to go get her AK-47 or AR-15 or
Oh
something.
God, no.
You want to see who's armed?
Oh yeah. I'm
Hey,
just-
I live on a farm in Sweden, and we are not allowed to have guns for protection.
So how many knives
here.
do you have?
More than 2. And let's just say that you are not allowed to have. We're not allowed to have stuff for protection to the level. I can't have a baseball bat next to the front door.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, but I can have a
What?
steel shoehorn that may or may not be sharpened.
Jeez, you've prepared it.
I mean, if I can't have the real deal, I have to be inventive.
Interesting.
I keep this by my desk.
There we go.
Here we go.
Wait,
Wow.
that's
Nice.
lambent light right there. Lambent light.
Dope.
All right, the props are gonna have to be sufficient because unfortunately my main one I took with me to my parents so that we could have a barbecue, and it's the one that I usually have within arm's reach. But
Is that a tomahawk or an axe?
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Two swords.
shoot, that's nice.
All right.
I
I
have
mean,
no
those are real.
weapon.
Mine's
See-
foam, so you win.
I have
What do you think these are?
I have the girlfriend to Ozzy sword.
Yeah,
This is the girlfriend to those.
Nice.
and I have been
Wow.
teaching the 5-year-old how to use these. So
It makes me
always fun.
jealous. I have back in my day before I was canceled, I was, a pretty well-known digital producer. And one of the shows I'm most proud of was a show called Man at Arms, where we created real life swords from games with like
Mhm.
blacksmiths. And this was like before
Yeah.
Forged
that's
and
so
Fire and
cool.
everything that's now stolen the gag. But it was called the Almi channel, which I started. And we made we made the He-Man sword in real life, the Master sword in
nice.
real life, Minecraft sword in real life. They're all still on
Oh,
YouTube. They're awesome. Check them out.
nice.
But I could have had them. I could have taken the swords, but they fired me. And then the store, the whole thing went out of business, and all these swords that I helped to build, the blacksmiths didn't get them. I didn't get them. They just ended up being pilfered by random employees as the whole company went down. I'm just like, God damn it, I
Damn.
could have had a whole sword wall. No proof. I'm like, but I did it. It was there anyway. But yes, go watch a Man at Arms if you like sword building. Or actually, go to it's called That Works. Matt Stagmer is an amazing blacksmith. Forges the most coolest builds.
Ooh.
And you can see him. He's still going. He does good work if you like swords and knives and real
yeah.
forging.
It's so cool to watch blacksmiths work. Like it's such
Yeah.
such a cool craft. Like
He did one. My favorite one was the scissor blade, like from the Kill la Kill, the anime.
Yep.
okay.
And
yeah.
they melted a box of real scissors.
Oh,
They
nice.
melted, it's all in the video. You can watch it. Go look it up, man.
That's pretty cool.
That
They
sounds
and so,
fun.
you're watching them just they turning into this like hot lava. They just kept forging it in, and they made a scissor blade out of scissors. It was so fucking cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm not that cool. Blacksmiths are cool.
Oh yeah.
I know she's not here to defend herself, but speaking of deadly weapons, so I have a gun. Okay, I just finally I used to hate guns, but I finally bought one. I got my concealed carry license, which we don't even need anymore. But we were going through spring cleaning, and I got a chance to get my piece out, unloaded it, of course. And Chandler, for the first time, has held a gun in her entire life.
Nice.
The other day. Literally, she said, "I've never held a gun before, Larry," and she'll tell you all about it, I'm sure. But she just held it, and she was like, "Huh, so that's what it feels like." And I was like, "Yep." And that was it. I mean, there's no real cool story. I just wanted to share that. But I was like, how do you go 30 years on this planet? Well, I went 26 years on this planet, maybe 24. I forget when I first held a gun for the first time, a real one. And my buddy showed it to me. And I never grew up around guns. I'm a Russian Jew from fucking Russia and Israel. If I had joined the army, I would have held an AR-15 come my 18th birthday. But I kind of skipped town on that puppy. So
it would have been an M16.
Oh, M16. Sorry, I don't know my guns.
Man, I'm trying to. The first time I went shooting, I think I was probably like 7 or 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And, I mean, we were only shooting 22s, so it wasn't like super bad, but like young. We've always guns are.
Larry,
nice.
it's 3 a.m. here. Need to go have a few hours of sleep before work. But congratulations again on 400,000. I will see you tomorrow for the Delphi case.
Definitely. Thanks for stopping by, Nick. I love you, bro.
Bye, Nick.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Nick.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, Jared. I think Jared and Flux are about to have a fight.
Well,
AR-15 and M16 are the same thing. I don't know.
So AR-15s, ARs are actually referred to the Armor Light. So it was actually like a specific like company. So I mean, it was like a specific style. So you don't even really have AR-15s. It's kind of just like a generic, machine guns, they're really scary. AR-15s, where it's like if you want to get specific, then it's like, well, it's
That's why I cringe every time I read a news article and they say, "Oh, it was an AR style rifle."
It's like, AR style. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I see you. Don't get it, but I see you.
Oh, the fun ones though are I like shotguns. Shotguns are fun. That's my favorite type of gun to
That's very
shoot.
difficult to shoot. I've never shot a shotgun, but I feel
Me
like
neither.
it would knock me over.
It depends on the caliber.
Yeah.
Like a 12 gauge will knock me. A 12 gauge puts a pretty good kick into anybody's shoulder.
Yeah.
But I have a 20 gauge that is just. I mean, I lost it I used to have a 20 gauge. Lost it in a boating accident. Dang it.
Oh no.
Damn boating accidents.
It's unfortunate. I lost all of mine. How sad. Oh, sad.
Am I allowed to press more? What does that
Yeah, I
mean?
want to
How do
know
you
the
lose your
story.
house
I was
and
waiting
guns
for
in a
more.
boating
Oh,
accident?
that was the whole big thing. Like back in 2020 when
Was it a houseboat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of like half the country on this houseboat, and we all lost our guns. It's so sad.
Why did everybody lose their guns?
Because we don't have them anymore. It's just
we just can't find them.
Nobody needs to come take them from us because we don't have them anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't need to come take them away because we don't have them. They were unfortunately lost in a boating accident.
Okay. I missed that whole.
It was like a whole thing in 2020 when they're like, "We're taking the guns away." It's like, "Oh no, we lost our guns."
Oh no, what guns are you here to take? There's nothing in that.
There's nothing here. Yep.
Got it.
Tragic accident.
Feels bad, man. Well, now you have plenty of guns, hopefully, to make up for it. Yes.
No, she still doesn't.
Oh no, I
They're
sadly
lost in the boating accident, Larry.
have lost all my guns.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
All of it.
And she's just so heartbroken that they were all lost in the boating accident that she doesn't feel the need to replace them with the exact model that she already had.
Yeah. It's like, there's no guns in her house, just like there's no sex workers in Diddy's,
Yeah. See, there you go. Yep.
Jeez.
Oh, good
man.
Lord.
Well, we've been going a solid 2 hours. I think maybe it's time to kill it. What do you guys think?
Oh,
Kill who? Which one of us is dying?
Kill the stream.
Are we doing 100?
Nose goes, not it.
Now the big question is, are you going to redirect to Joe or not?
Well, so let's see who's live. No, he said he's going on stream at 10. Okay, so that's like an hour from now.
Oh yeah, no,
because I need rest. I've been going all day and I'm tired, and I'm sure you guys all are. And Remy is still taking care of some stuff. So let's see who's live. There aren't many people live right now, which is really upsetting and really sad that I know of that I can redirect to. I would absolutely redirect to Joe. I love Joe, and I'm so glad that he stopped by. But I don't think that anybody is streaming at this moment. I can still redirect to him, I think, but people will literally have to sit and wait for an hour for the stream to go live.
Only 59 minutes.
59 minutes, and it's not even going yet.
Hasn't even set it up.
He doesn't have it up yet.
Screw it. If
Morgan Tremaine might be going live soon.
I can probably set something up quickly if we can wait for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Go set it up, brother.
I'm warning chat now. I've got nothing planned because I basically just said, yeah, I'll do this. So, all right, give me a second.
Go for it.
Man.
Make a bloomin' onion.
Ooh. You know when?
Do not get me started, Andy.
Try to do more Australian jokes.
He's live. Somebody said.
Did you go to Australian Outback when you were here, Ozzy?
Yes, I did. And what I will say is the same thing that I've said every time anyone asks me. Outback Steakhouse is as reliable as the media. Just enough authenticity to fool the uneducated.
It's like Olive Garden is to Italians, yeah.
Basically,
oh, I love that
exactly.
so much. I love that so much. That's awesome.
Let me go through these real quick.
One of my favorite places to visit, though, I got to say, speaking of Aussie, is New Zealand. I loved it out there.
It looks like it would be so beautiful.
I've never been. I want to go.
Look, as soon as we're done annexing it and we take it as an additional state, then I'll travel there. Until we can remove the sheep tagging from the everyday thing, I don't want to set foot there, okay?
No, I went to Wellington. It's actually really badass. Peter Jackson, and all the Weta people have made a little artistic town. It's pretty epic.
Yeah.
By the way, today is speaking of epic, today's an epic day. Aussie Overlord and I are in the same stream for the first time. I forgot to mention that.
I think we've been on a panel before, but yeah, it's definitely the first time we've been on your channel. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought this was the first one, but anyway, welcome, brother. It's nice to either formally meet you or to see you again, whichever one it is. It's like the one, what is it? The generic text. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that, or that's great news. Whichever one is applicable, just apply the one. Wanda Perez, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Same goes for I Solemnly Swear, as well as Susan York. Teresa Finn, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. By the way, shout out if you got a gifted membership from Teresa Finn. Thank you, Teresa. Jim Dara says, congrats on the 400K subs. Buckle up. It's the law. That is the genius that came up with this idea. Sent me this sign. It's going to be going up behind me probably very, very soon here. Summer Storm, thank you for being a member for a month. And Jim Dara, thank you for the 5 gifted. Shout out if you got a gifted membership from Jim. Mistress Loon says, Steph, this is back when Steph was in here. Just subscribe to you now. You need one less. Good for you. Thank you so much. Jim Dara also says, in celebration for 400K, hang up the Sunday. Oh, there it is. Marcy Collins, HTD for life, has been a member for 1 month. Shouting it out. Thank you. Lisa Jewett says, you are awesome, Larry. No, you are awesome, Lisa. Thank you so much. 5 gifted memberships from Matrix. 10 gifted from Boyan. This homeboy is my shorts maker, by the way. And I'm not talking about the briefs that I'm not wearing right now. I am definitely talking about the short form content on my channel. He's a real homie. And it looks like
I
Ozzy's
took his
got
name down earlier. I wrote it.
Boyan Kosip. Oh my God. He's a real G. He is
Yeah.
insane. And I'm about to read a super chat from him, so hang tight. Also, Adam Trapp, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Again, shout out if you. That's like 20 gifted subs. Holy crap! Across the board. So thank you, everybody. Shout out if you got a gifted membership to the channel from one of these lovely folks. There he is. Boyan donated 1,000 Macedonian dollars. I don't know. He's from Macedonia. That's where he lives.
That's so cool.
Badass.
I found him on Upwork. He's like my 4th or 5th shorts maker, and definitely the last one I will ever hire. After like 3 or 4 failed ones, he just delivered. He said, congrats, my friend. 160 million views since we started working together. Road to 1 billion views and 1 million subscribers is ahead of us.
Now,
Big love.
Be truthful. The shorts revenue sucks compared to the other revenue, right? On YouTube?
100%. Oh, 100%. I've lost money on this guy in a year, but do I regret it? Absolutely not, because it's
Do you do it
exposure.
at TikTok as well?
It's big funnel stuff. Yeah, and Instagram. But Instagram has been junk. We just kind of scrapped the idea almost altogether. I don't do Facebook. Meta has just gone to shit, folks. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that
It was
way.
always shit.
Well, in the beginning, if you remember, like
Yeah,
the old days,
sure.
like 2007, 2008, Facebook was the hottest thing on the street, because they were the only ones, pretty much. But they were the OGs of the social media, because
That's not true. MySpace was the first.
Yeah, but it sucked.
MySpace was always terrible.
Yeah.
MySpace walked so everyone else could run, but
Now it's
I
only
mean,
musicians.
It was like the pioneer of like sites.
Dude, Tom is my hero. He's everybody's friend. He sold it for all the money, and now he just travels and is a photographer with all the money in the world. If you actually look up like Tom these days, he's just
Wow.
living the dream.
Tom was real.
Right on, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah, Tom
believe
was a
it.
real
He's
person.
still like, when you're the one creating it, no question. But anyway, thank you, Boyan. And if you guys need a shorts maker, he is your guy. Adam Trapp, thank you for joining on as a member. And Line, Preskvaren, I'm probably butchering that, but that's my best Swedish accent I can come up with, has been a member for 13 months. So thank you so much. Internet killed the TV. Hope all is well. I hope all is well with you too, my brother. Teresa Finn, congratulations, Larry, on 400K. Hashtag buckle up. Thank you so much, Writer Chick. And Knights of Knee also says congratulations, Larry. And he joined on I think it's a he. He's one of my moderators. I think I spoke to him on the phone. I know it's a he. Sorry, I have a few mods.
I love that's such a good
careful,
name.
don't misgender Larry. You'll get the channel cancelled at 400.
Right? Too many lewds will sink a douche Oh, we should have read it when Megan was here.
Aw.
Knights of Knee, that is genius. The wheel in her head is spinning, but the hamster is dead, probably referring to Laura. What's her last name?
Owens.
Laura Owens. Thank you. Bandler. I understand that's an inside joke on
B handler.
Chandler.
The handler.
The handler,
No,
yeah.
Is it
The handler.
Congrats, Larry, on 400K. Jason J, I guess he was in the stream where Chandler earned her nickname. I think it was on Vices way back when. I'm pretty sure. I heard the story, but I don't remember it exactly. Debbie Childers, a little ice for your face. LOL, hang in there. I think she was making fun of how red I was during certain moments of the stream. So thank you for calling me out like that. I really appreciate it. Cranky Granny. Poor Megan, this was the case we corn shocked on. Again, there's a lot of inside jokes in these chats. Most of them go over my head as well. Nathan C says Larry's shocked face on Baldo Nick will sell them. Larry, oh god.
Put Larry's shocked face on the Baldo and Nick can sell them.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure somebody out there will buy it. I mean, if there's a market for it, there's a buyer. Teresa S, thank you so much for becoming a member. And Nick, he also gifted 5. I'll thank him again tomorrow when I see him on this channel, folks. That's a show you don't want to miss. It's a dark one, but it's a necessary one. What the Hales have brought me here, says Dan Sly. Thank you so much. Angel Australia, what's up, Angel? Congrats on 400K. Thank you so much. You are awesome, and thank you for being a follower and a supporter for so long. DW Sweet T63, thank you for the generous super sticker. Surind Fitch, congrats on 400K. You deserve it. Thank you very much, Surind. D Sweet T again, congrats, Larry, on 400K. They are saying Shizzy is live. Shizzy. Who is Shizzy?
Shizzy Wiznut.
Shizzy Wiznut. Okay, I've not met them yet. I know there's like Valhalla I've seen on the stream. He has been here. What the Hales have been in the chat. I sent them a link, but they're probably busy. I don't have time for low life streamers like myself. I'm actually gonna see them on Sunday, so I'm not complaining. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. We're gonna have like, I don't know, 100,000 people watching us. I don't know. I don't care. Even if we have 2 people watching, I'm going to be happy. So thank you for that, DW Sweet. Q has been a staple. Q has been around since the OG days. So Q, thank you for being. He was probably here again, assuming it's a he. There I go, trying to get canceled again. Like 5 years ago, probably. Q. How long have you been around? 2018, 2019. Since I started streaming, you've been around. He's got the Cartman. I always recognize him because he got the 1 letter on the Cartman emoji, and it hasn't changed in like 5 years. So thank you for that. And Angel, oh my God, 5 more gifted. Mandu, also 5 more gifted memberships. Thank you all for donating and for gifting memberships to the channel. So shout out if you received a membership. There he is. It's a he, and I've been around since 2018. My God, that's literally the beginning. My first stream was February 5th, 2018.
Wow.
Or 19. No. Sorry, I misspoke. February 5th, 2019 was my first stream, and I created.
Q was here a year early, so you're good.
Yeah, right. No, Q's been around. Holy shit. Anyway, Jessica Kruger, congratulations. We'll see you this weekend with What the Hales. Absolutely. And again, I'll see you this weekend. What the Hales. Thank you for that. And last but not least, Lisa Gibbs. Thank you for the 10 pounds. Congrats on 400K. I love you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Well, folks, any final words before we punt it over to Ozzy Overlord?
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
You deserve it. It's awesome.
I love you guys. You guys
gives the rest of us some hope. That's for sure.
You're great liars. I love all the lies that you keep perpetrating and the fake congrats. They're the best. I love you all. Thank you. That's what real friends are for, is to lie for your best friends. Yes, I just elevated myself to best friend mode. You have no backsies. I love everybody. Seriously, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for staying, and thank you all for supporting not just the channel, but creating content. I mean, this is what life is all about, is making life fun for everybody else.
Can we all try to emulate the face as we leave? Ready? Here we go.